Hello everyone, it's GameKoi and welcome back for some more Ace Attorney. It's been a little bit since I last did some Ace Attorney, but I'm super excited to be continuing with the case today. Hello and hello Francis and Lilu, who everyone's early today. And hello Bench, how's it going gang? I am well, thank you. Cool stuff happened today. For example, Nintendo Music. I was informed this by Worm. Worm actually beat out Nintendo today in this case. Nintendo Music is finally available, like, in the browser. I've been waiting for this since Nintendo Music, like, released. I was like, I don't care about it on the phone. I want it on desktop. And it's on desktop now, which is huge. And also, in your car, like, it has support for Android Auto and Apple CarPlay now, so it can be in your car too. Not sure how many people care about Nintendo Music in your car, but it can be in your car now. Even better. You think Maya might be cooked? She was cooked last time we checked, given that she did get kidnapped. But yes, hello Wave, how's it going? She might be cooked because I don't remember. You don't think, no, no. You do need like one of those cars with like a screen in it to do Android Auto or whatever, or Apple. She's been in there for 2 weeks. I know, like, D-Killer better have a lot of burgers to feed her with because otherwise she's dead, right? So hopefully, you know, he kept his creepy cellar well stocked with burgers. We've just got to hope. But yeah, it's been quite a while since I last did some Ace Attorney, but that changes today. We're doing Ace Attorney. I think I was in the middle of an investigation, so we'll have to pick up from where I left off, hopefully. Alright, let's go, let's go. Boom. Boom. Farewell, my turnabout. Episode 4, that's it. Oh yeah, I was investigating. She survived knowing she might be able to play the potential new hit game Rayman Legends Retold and Rayman Origins Enhanced Edition. Oh, you got it, you got it. How could I forget about Peak, right? You're so right, you're so right. I mean, it's looking exciting. Like, we're gonna get some exciting news about Rayman very soon. Okay, I'm fairly sure I, like, explored everything in this place. I was supposed to talk to some people. Oh, hello! Well. What? No, we gathered all we can? No! If it's not real somehow. No, it's all a big conspiracy. Well, I think we've gathered about all we can. I still don't know anything. Please help me. What about Mystic Maya? Is she alright? I don't know. Oh, Pearls, she looks so worn out by all this. She hasn't slept at all and has been walking all over the place with me today. What's wrong, Mr. Nick? Let's go back to the office for a little while. You're really tired, right? Oh, no. I'm okay, really. I'm fine, I really am. You don't look fine to me. Okay, we're going back to the office. Okay. Goodness knows where the office is. I have to go all the way back out. We are back in the office. So, what now? Well, we did find one thing out for sure. Miss Andrews has a motive. You mean Miss Impact's suicide note? That's right. She was also the one to discover the victim's body. Clever. Beep, beep, beep. Oh, other news. I just remembered words like murder and things. It's Akechi's birthday today. Can we all wish Goro Akechi a happy birthday? Ah, Mr. Nick, the transceiver. Beep. Hello, Wright and Co. Law offices. Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. I know, right? Happy birthday, Akechi-kun! Happy pancake sequel day! Yes, we've got to wish him a happy birthday. I forgot, and then I saw a post. Yeah, it's Akechi's birthday! Let's go! Maybe I should have put like a picture of him. Hang on, I think I have a great picture for today. Oh my goodness, it's an announcement. Let's go. Hang on, do I still have this human? Guys, I've got it. I've got Goron Akechi. I forgot. I made this image like years ago. I got Goron Akechi. Do I have any other images on my computer? Oh, no. That's all I got. I hope people enjoy Goron Akechi. I have a picture of his briefcase. Akechi.webp. Yes. Okay. Well, we'll be nice to him today. We won't keep Goron Akechi on, so we'll hide him. He will need to be cropped. But he can go here because we're investigating. And I'll put some text. Hang on. Happy birthday, Akechi. Right. And where is that? Where even is that? Oh, he's down here. It's down here. Okay. This is very important and high priority stuff we are doing today. Look at that. Okay, that text looks really awful. Can I make that look less bad? If I make it dark, then like it won't work in some scenes. Wait, have I got a rectangle? I will give up on this in a moment. You know what? It's going to just have to look cursed in some scenes. He can just be there today. It's his birthday. He deserves it. All right. Right, Mr. Attorney, you're not answering a phone. Maya, where's Maya? As I promised, I have not gone within a few feet of her this whole time. Phew. Which is why I suppose she is absolutely famished. Oh no, she is actually starving. This is all my fault, Maya. What? So I suggest you a quick acquittal, my friend. At any cost. Wouldn't you agree? Wait, Maya, let me hear her. Very well. Ask my... Maya, is that you? Sis, ask my sis. Maya? Maya, damn it, he cut me off. Mystic Maya said, ask my sis, didn't she? Oh, we gotta ask Mia, alright. Sis, what does she mean by that? Oh my goodness, is he slow? We need to ask Mia. Come on, Phoenix. You're a hopeless one. Oh, sorry. Mia! I have a message from Maya, so come, ask me anything you want to ask about her. Or don't have psyche locks like last time, that was awful. How's Maya? She's safe, for now. That kidnapper is one to keep his word, it seems. I'm glad to hear she's safe. But Mia, how did you know? As soon as she was locked up, Maya called for me. I read the note she left. Then I gathered as much information about her surroundings as I could. I didn't know you could use spirit channeling like that. Pretty smart of her. The kidnapper, what's he like? I don't know. Apparently, Maya went to answer a phone call at the hotel and was drugged there. And she didn't see the face of her attacker. Ugh. Maya is locked up in a very dark place right now. I'll tell you everything I heard when I was with her. When you were with her? Oh my goodness. The combo? Lovely. I'm starving. I could really go for some apple pie. I mean, at a time like this, sweets are the only way to go. I have to stay positive. He promised he wasn't going to kill me. I'm not going to die. Sis, I wonder if you're with Nick right now. What's this? It feels like there are a lot of glass bottles here. And these, they feel like barrels. I'll pass. Too bad I'm really hungry and not really thirsty. Oh dear. There's all sorts of things piled up here, but it's too dark to see. Huh? Someone dropped a oh my goodness, it's that same symbol that Thingy had. Akechi buff. It's his birthday! Yes! Hello, Dwevel, how's it going? Ah, there's the card with the same sign as Adrian Andrews, basically. In the cellar where Maya is being held. Okay. But yeah, I hope you're well. Nintendo Music on browsers as well. They must have done it for Akechi's birthday. It kind of looks like a business card, but there's no name on it. Business card with a seashell. It's a picture of a seashell, I think. What a strange card. Drat, it's locked. But this door's lock seems easy enough to open. On TV, the hero always uses a plastic card or a stiff piece of cardboard. Oh, am I mistaken? I thought I heard something about delicious pancakes. Exactly. Oh, that is so worth highlighting. Well, it's gonna be staring me in the face now for such a long time. I love it. Then click, they magically open the door. I wonder if there's a card like that around here I could use. A card. Ah, that's it. This shell card. If I use this, maybe I can get the door open. This might be my key out of here. I had a feeling this card might be useful. I'm such a genius. Alright, now, if you'll excuse me, Mr. Kidnapper. It's either you highlight that or redeem Master Sword 8 times in a row with the points you've accrued. Oh my goodness. Seems less disruptive. Only slightly. And actually, I need to disable the Master Sword because I don't have it. I actually do not have the Master Sword, so I need to remember to disable the Master Sword. How tragic. Okay, let me write a note to myself. Disable the Master Sword. Yeah, I know. What happened to it? Well, I moved out, and the Master Sword did not move with me. I've got to go all the way to Lilu's house and go get it. What, like, every time? Like, you want me to, like, put on a BRB and, like, hop on the train and go back to, yeah, I have to live stream the journey. Oh, I get it. In the middle of the stream, right. We get like IRL stream where I have to go get the Master Sword in order to do it if someone redeems Master Sword. No, the simple solution for today is I'm gonna refund points, but I'll probably disable it. But if anyone can think of a good, it's imperative, of course. If anyone can think of a replacement for the Master Sword, let me know, cause it's fun and I'll have to think of something. But if anyone has any ideas, let me know. Click. I did it! Okay, now I'm getting the heck out of here. I shouldn't keep Nick waiting. Wendy wand. Ooh, that would be good. I don't have one of those. Gonna have to be continued. So she just escaped. Alright, well, good job, Maya. Simply brandish a bread knife. That sounds like a great idea. With sound effects. I see, and I'd be like, like Wendy. I got it. The funny bit should be I wave nothing around a gaslight. Yes, that's a good solution as well. Okay, so was that the investigation? Oh no, I'm not ready for a trial. Oh, you got to be kidding me. Part 2 on trial. Oh no, Dwevel, you just redeemed Master Sword. I am so sorry. You are gonna, I can practice. Oh no, I practice just by doing the Master Sword. Are you sure? I can redeem your points if you prefer. Alright, fine. We're gonna do gaslighting Master Sword. Alright. Alright, let me get the Master Sword. Alright, I've got the Master Sword. This is Lilu's Master Sword that has, magically materialized here, and we're gonna be not expecting a scene change. Always a scene change for the Master Sword. Yes, so cool. I know, it's really, really realistic, right? Okay, are you ready? I'm gonna do my Link impression. Are you ready? What an awesome sword! I know, right? It's so good. So true to the original. Right, now I'm gonna do my Link impression. Hop, 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 yeah, yeah, hop, hop, yeah. Alright, there we go. There, I've got to put the Master Sword back now. Okay, I've put the Master Sword back. Nice, I know. Link is in the room with us, I know. I'm going to be in the live action Zelda movie. I just haven't told you all officially yet. They just, so immersed. What did I do? Oh, hop, hop, yeah. There we go. Alright, well, I hope you all enjoyed the Master Sword without a Master Sword. Alright, we're back. We're back in the court. I'm not used to Akechi being on the layout. Like, it's like he's in the room with us, just like there. Oh dear. Adrian did it? That's what it looks like. Dude, no way. That woman can do anything like that. What do you mean about a Master Sword? Oh, no, I don't know what I'm saying. It was right there, that's true. He can use his ace detective skills to help us. We need his ace detective skills, I fear, because I have no clue what's going on. In court today, there will be a mountain of evidence that will implicate you. A mountain of evidence? I'm certain there is someone out there trying very hard to pin this whole thing on you. Please, Mr. Lawyer, dude, like I said yesterday, I'm refreshing like a spring breeze, alright? I can't let any sort of scandal ruin that. I understand. Well, it's almost time. Mia! We must get a complete acquittal today. I know, but I can't focus on Maya's situation right now. Or Pearl's either. No matter what, I have to focus on winning this case by the end of the day. Indeed. Well, let's get going. Beep, beep, beep. It's him! This is Wright. Good morning. This is it, Mr. Attorney, the day of the trial. Maya, she's unharmed, right? Well, when I checked on her earlier this morning, she seemed a bit, how shall we say, tired. Don't worry, people don't die that easily. Besides, what you really should be concentrating on is winning today's trial. Grrr. For my sake as well as yours, you must win today's trial, which is why I sent you a little present this morning. Oh no, D-Killer has sent us a present. D-Killer has sent us a present. It's in red, so it goes in the notes, the rule. Present? What in the world would you want to give me? D-present, exactly. You'll figure it out once the trial starts. And even if you don't like my gift, I expect you to graciously accept it and win today's contest, if you please. Wait! The kidnapper sent me a present? Mr. Lawyer, dude, who is that? No, it has nothing to do with you, so I think you heard anything? Dude, did your nose just get longer? Alright, let's do this. Trial time, let's go. Court is now in session for the trial of Matt on guard. Are the prosecution and defense ready? The defense is ready, Your Honor. Bro, where's Francisca? Where has she gone? I say, Mr. Wright, what happened to Miss Von Carver? I don't know, Your Honor. Why are you getting mad at me? Your Honor, please be quiet, bailiff. Court is in session. If you must tell me something, please keep it brief. Now then, what is it? Prosecutor Von Karma has... This morning, Miss Von Karma was shot by an unknown gunman! What? Dude, come on, we can't be, like, shooting people. What? Shot? Somehow, I think this is the present that man was talking about. His present? Miss Von Karma is one of the top prosecutors in the country at the moment. If she were to disappear, it would be to your advantage. No! Oh dear, you got to be kidding me. You've absolutely got to be kidding me. This is totally insane. We won every time. Exactly, like, Miss Von Karma, is she alright? I don't have that answer. She's alive and in stable condition. That's good. Phew. I thought he'd show up. Oh my god, it's Edgeworth! Your Honor, due to the circumstances, Miss Francisca Von Karma cannot appear in court today. I, Miles Edgeworth, will be taking her place. This is worse! This is worse! I mean, for us, because Edgeworth is good at this, but, like, I'm not dissing Edgeworth. On the contrary, we are so cooked. Edgeworth case again. The prosecution is ready. Naturally. Oh my goodness, he's ready. I'm not ready because I don't know anything. Miss Von Karma was shot in her right shoulder and is currently undergoing surgery. Luckily, I have looked this case over and am familiar with the details. The prosecution seeks to prove the guilt of Mr. Matt Ungard. The court acknowledges the prosecution. Right. I finally found the answer I was struggling for on my long journey this past year. By the time this case comes to an end, you too will know the answer. Persona 3 DLC! In my Ace Attorney, it's more likely than you think. Now then, the prosecution would like to call its first witness. Please bring Detective Gumshoe to the witness stand. Oh yeah, you know it's going to be a good case when Gumshoe's the first witness. Witness your name and occupation. Also, I felt this was new music. The gang's back together, yeah! Me, Edgy, Gumshoe, like we're all hanging. My name's Dick Gumshoe, sir. I'm a detective down at the precinct. For now. For now? After this trial's over, I'm supposed to turn in my badge, sir. Detective Gumshoe! The prosecution has no need for a depressed witness. Ouch! Lift your head up and face forward like a proud officer, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Yes, sir! Now, let's have your testimony. If we want to explore the various facets of this case, we must start with that. Get ready, Phoenix. This is going to be one very rough fight. I know, and I don't know anything. Yeah, it would have to be with Edruff as my opponent. The answer he was struggling for. Interesting. Show me this answer you finally found, Edruff. We're trying to do the case. I don't have time. We have to do this case to save Maya. This murder happened after the Hero of Heroes award ceremony, sir. The victim, Juan Corridor, was found dead in his hotel room. After looking into the cause of death, we believe he was definitely murdered, sir. At first, we thought there was something suspicious about the empty guitar case. However, we later found out that the guitar case had nothing to do with the murder. What do you mean it had nothing to do with the murder? After the award ceremony ended, the victim was alone in his room. Yes, sir. Both the victim and defendant went alone to their rooms, sir. I see. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Okay, we're going to just press on everything because I don't know what to do. Hold it! Would you please give us a brief timeline of what happened after the ceremony? Okay, pal. The ceremony started at 6 PM. Okay. Timeline. Ceremony. Oh, I can't spell. 6 PM. Okay. It ended around 8 PM. So 6 to 8 PM. Then short break. And then there was a short break. A special post-ceremony show was supposed to start in the lobby 30 minutes later. Post-ceremony meant to start 30 minutes later. And that's when the victim's body was found, correct? Which is to say, the murder occurred during that 30-minute break period. Right, murder in that... Right. Alright, let's see. Hold it. The person who discovered the victim's body was Adrian Andrews, correct? Yeah. Who is this Adrian Andrews you're talking about? She's the defendant Matt on Guard's manager. She's a really pretty lady, sir. Ah, so she's a pretty lady. I wonder if she will grace us with her presence. When the post-ceremony show was about to start, she went to get Mr. Onguard. After visiting his room, she next went to the victim's room to get him for the show, sir. I see. And that's when she found the victim's body. The cause of death. Wasn't that because Mr. Corridor was stabbed in the chest? Only a careless amateur would believe something so brainless as that, pal! Take a good hard look at this crime photo. Now, a real pro's attention would be drawn here to this bandana. Banana. Banana. We got... His bandana, sir. That's the thing wrapped tightly around his neck, sir. Doesn't he mean baseball glove? He sure does. Ah, yes, I see. His banana-scented bandana. Okay. Okay, Judge. Good for you. Then what about the knife? It seems to have been stuck in the victim's chest on purpose after his death. Okay. Knife stuck in chest. On purpose, after death, real cause equals bandana. We have a crafty murderer on our hands here. Yeah, strangled with a scarf, then stabbed with a knife. Okay. And why did you think that? Because it was empty, pal! The jamming ninja doesn't go anywhere without his bright red guitar. And we couldn't find it anywhere at the scene of the crime. Oh, then how about this theory? A fan really wanted the guitar and did the crime to get it. How's that? We thought of that too, but... The only fingerprints on the guitar case were the victims. Alright. Only fingerprints on guitar case equals victims. These aren't in red, but I feel like these are important. Only the victims, huh? I see. Ah, so much for my theory then. Actually, okay, that gets that. These two are in the court log, so I don't need them. Alright, let's see. Press. This is the last one. What convinced you it had nothing to do with the case? The guitar wasn't at the Gatewater Hotel that night. Well then, where was it? The bright red guitar was eventually found at the TV studio. Okay, hang on. This is important. Guitar found at TV studio. The victim, Juan Corridor, had apparently only taken the case with him, sir. Victim only took the case with him? Well, actually that does line up because he didn't have the guitar at the ceremony and they like remarked on it as well. So you mean he forgot to put the guitar inside the case? Yes, sir. Even when he was on stage for the ceremony, he didn't have his guitar. So that guitar case was empty even before he got to the hotel? Yeah, that's right. So it really had nothing to do with the case after all. I believe that is enough. First, the victim was choked to death with his bandana. Then, after the victim was dead, the killer deliberately stabbed him with a knife. Which brings me to my next point. Why then did the police arrest Matt on guard? Because there was reason enough to suspect him. Here it comes. Looks like Edgeworth's back in full swing. Very well. Detective Gumshoe, please testify about this matter. Yes, sir. Alright, let's go. Matt on guard and Juan Corridor were huge rivals of each other. They each thought the other guy was in his way. That's motive enough in my book. As for evidence, there's the Jammin' Ninjas button. It was ripped off of the ninja costume and was found in Mr. Onguard's hakama. The defendant's fingerprints were also all over the knife. The defendant brought the knife for the crime, which makes this a premeditated murder. So the defendant's fingerprints were found on the knife used in the stabbing. It was sort of sticky on the handle, so the fingerprints came out pretty clearly, sir. The Gatewater, is it? Yeah, it's from the food. And there's this button. That was found in the defendant's clothes, was it? And this is the button also covered in blood? Yes, and we know that the blood on it is the victim's blood, sir. Okay, this is important. Victim's fingerprint. Wait, so victim's blood on the knife. What? Oh no, we mean makes things not family friendly, makes all follows not anonymous. Oh no, not all the chat rules. Hello Daffy, I hope that you're well. We're in case 2-4 of the Ace Attorney Trilogy. Right, let's see. All of this points very clearly to the defendant, doesn't it? Yes, it most certainly does, Your Honor. BRB sustenance. Alright, see you in a bit, Worm. Enjoy food. Ready to give in yet, right? Oh, no, not yet! We gotta save Maya! He doesn't... Wait, I don't know if he knows about that. I forgot. I'll find a hole in your argument somehow. You can press as hard as you'd like. Just hurry up with your usual pointless questions. Oh, man. We got Edgeworth back, and now we got to do this. Photosynthesis. That is such a great option. I don't know why Worm didn't think of that. Hold it. But in terms of popularity, Mr. Onguard won, did he not? Yeah, but you know what's ironic, pal? Juan Corridor was always one step behind Mr. Onguard in everything. This year it seems like he'd finally caught up, ready for the big final showdown. But Mr. Corridor lost the Grand Prix in the end. That is too bad. He must have been pretty downhearted after losing. Oh my goodness, it actually is the first Ace Attorney stream of Pride Month it has got Felix and Edgeworth. That is so true. That is so true. It's almost like I planned it. Almost. Hold it. Wait just 1 second here. Mr. Onguard was beating Mr. Corridor in the popularity polls. Well, yeah, I guess, but... Which means that in the defendant's eyes, the victim was not a rival at all. Which means that he had no motive to kill at all. I exist in the UK. British! Yes, I do exist in the UK, that is true. Yes, I quite agree. Well, detective, It's not. Well, I guess if you put it that way, then yeah, the defendant would have had no motive. Objection! Detective, I'm beginning to see why you were fired. Oh, no, not you too, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. I look forward to your pension negotiations. No! Aww. Now, detective, let's continue with the testimony. I think I'm sure I know. He has, like, no salary as well. No, not my poor pension too. Oh. Detective, if you value your money, I suggest you proceed. Yes, sir. We can talk about my pension later, sir. What about what I was saying? Hello? Anyone? Bottle of water. My voice acting, thank you. I'm glad Edgeworth is back. He's one of my, my best voices. A lot of the other voices are kind of reduce, reuse, recycle. Because there's so many characters. Do you have any proof that button belonged to the victim? Huh? What do you mean, pal? Oh, let me put it this way. I'm asking you if you have any evidence to back up your claim that this button was ripped off of the Jamming Ninja's costume. Huh? But can't you tell by just looking at it? Bro, if I made this point, they would not let me get away with it. But because they're the prosecutors and stuff, they get to do whatever they want. My goodness. Injustice. This game's called Justice for All. I don't feel very justified. And the victim's blood is on it. Anyone could have smeared that blood on there afterward. Mr. Edgeworth, help me. How do you know? Because I said so. Okay, fair. They never say okay, fair to me. Alright, I knew it had to be this piece of evidence. Now to reel this one in. Fred. Huh? The button was attached to the costume by Fred, obviously. And that thread snapped when the button was torn off. If you match up the ends of the thread on the costume with the thread on the button, it's a perfect match. Welcome to Ace Attorney, where everyone except the defense seems to get fair and just treatment. Ouch. I mean, they had to make it a bit hard, right? Yeah, that's it! They're a perfect match, pal! Oh, that's Edgeworth for you. Never misses a beat. Got to be kidding me. When was this button found? The poor, no. Hello, Taiwan. We're struggling today. Pretty soon after the body was found, we rounded up everyone who knew Mr. Corridor. And then we did a search on them all. That's when we found the button. So it was almost immediately after the murder. Apparently you heard it was like a commentary on the Japanese justice system where it's also biased towards prosecutors. Well, actually, it's a great day to have a picture of Akechi on the layout because I think this exact same point was used in Persona 5. There is a palace in Persona 5 which also makes references to the fact that like the prosecutors almost always win in the Japanese justice system. That is also a point in Persona 5. I won't go into it too much because it's quite like late-ish game, I guess, but it's in there. So there we go, double whammy. There's a link, but besides it being Akechi's birthday, there is a link. I'm proud of myself now. What case is this? This is the casino place. It was the casino place. I agree. Oh wait, it was at the start of the game too as well, wasn't it? Yeah, there's a casino place as a reference to like gambling. It's like it's rigged like a casino. It like the justice system is rigged. That was like the theme of the palace in Persona 5. This is case 2-4. Farewell, my turnabout. Whatever that means. I don't know yet because I'm completely lost. So it was almost immediately after the murder. The police didn't have the free time to lollygag and play tricks, unlike some people. Hey, what is he trying to say about me here? Hold it. How were the fingerprints arranged on the knife? Huh? What do you mean, pal? By examining the fingerprints, you can determine how the defendant held the knife. For example, did he hold it normally or overhand? Oh, is that what you meant? Well, we didn't actually think of that. Well, in case you don't remember, so exciting. This will be fun. I'm enjoying it so far. It's called Farewell, My Turnabout, and one of the characters is called Celeste. Mind blown. Oh my goodness, Celeste reference in my Ace Attorney. I I can't believe the bumbling of this department. Hopeless. Were you paying attention to the testimony, Wright? The defendant's fingerprints were all over the knife. There is no way to determine how the knife was held at the moment of the murder. So is the defendant the owner of this knife then? Okay. Then defendant's fingerprints all over the knife. That's important. I didn't have that in my notes. There is no way this was a premeditated murder, even if he bought the knife. The defendant's defendants. I agree. Sorry, pal. This isn't some pocket knife. It doesn't fold, so it's not great for walking around with either. Ah, well, this is not good. If the prosecution can prove it was a premeditated murder, we're done for. Phoenix. Yes? There's something very interesting about what the detective said just now. Think carefully before it's too late. A button covered in the victim's blood, and a knife with on-guard's fingerprints. Be grateful. If the judge were more rash, he would have already pounded his gavel in closing. We're still in a world of trouble. Well, before any battle, you must find your enemy's weakness. So let's find a weakness in this testimony, no matter how small it may be. Okay, Phoenix? Okay, I know what it is, I think. So what I think is that he said he bought the knife, but it says Gatewater on it. It says Gatewater on it, which means it's the hotel's knife. Add objection. Alright. Boom. Number 111. Let's go. We can finally be bees. Oh my goodness. Wait a second. What? So the basis of your argument that this was a premeditated murder is simply that my client bought a knife beforehand? That's right, pal. The defendant did not buy this knife. Huh? Take a good look at the handle of this knife and you'll see what I'm talking about. Huh? It has a Gatewater seal set into the handle. Gatewater? I think I heard that name somewhere before. That's the name of the hotel! The Gatewater Hotel. Uh-oh. The murder knife was actually property of the hotel, which means this murder was not premeditated. Uh-oh. I know, it's a great quote, really. Yes, that is very true. This is a very big... What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? What is it, Edgeworth, please? I'm sorry, but the defense is simply too careless. What? No, I was so smart. I think whether the crime was premeditated or not has already been determined. How so? I admit this knife is hotel property. There is no one currently on the police force that is dumb enough not to realise this. But I didn't know. Oh, Gumshoe. The question is, where did this knife come from? Why, that's obvious. It came from the victim, Mr. Corridor's room. No, it didn't. Sorry, Your Honor, but that is incorrect. He didn't have a plate with, like... The victim ate a last meal before he was murdered. With that being the case, I would like to draw the court's attention to what is on top of the table. A fork and knife. I know the knife is in on guard's room, unfortunately. There is a knife and fork on the table. Then, where in the world did this knife come from? If it pleases the court, I would like for us to recall the room of the defendant, Mr. Matt Onguard. Whoa, missing knife. I'm so smart. I literally knew that the knife was missing. Especially what was on top of his table. There is something missing. Perhaps it is a single knife? Oh no, we're getting cooked. Oh dear. We investigated the leftover dishes for fingerprints, and while we were investigating, we came to the conclusion that Mr. Matt Onguard's knife was missing. Ugh. Mr. Onguard had gone to the victim's room with the knife he had used during dinner. Why would he carry a knife on a visit? To kill, of course. And with that, I believe the prosecution has proven this was a premeditated murder. We are cooked. Amazing, Mr. Edgeworth. Absolutely brilliant. A brilliantly clear deduction. It seems like Edgeworth had this plan from the very beginning. This must be one of those traps, and I just walked headlong into it. A murder weapon of fingerprints and a button from the victim's costume. There is quite a sizable amount of evidence here. I can safely say that any further deliberation is a waste of your honor's time. Oh my goodness, just so everyone remembers, ballistic markings and the fingerprints are... Oh my goodness. The... I remember that. Oh my goodness, that was such a long time ago. The ballistic markings, oh, back in the day. Although, I wouldn't mind if the defense were to present evidence not yet shown to the court. Evidence not yet shown? He means evidence that the court hasn't seen yet. In other words, new evidence. What does the defense have to say about this, Mr. Wright? It's quite accurate. Let's go. We love ballistic markings. We don't have any ballistic markers because there were no guns in this murder. Oh, well, Phoenix, the judge is favouring the prosecution right now. If we answer with something wrong here, that gavel of his will be ringing out to the sound of our defeat. Mr. Wright, do you have something important and necessary to present to this court? Um, the evidence. I don't know. So, right now, the only things seen in the court are the button and the knife, right? I mean, I basically have to say yes, right? Because if I don't, then the thing is over. Oh, I should save. Yeah, this sounds like one of those things I will get wrong. Okay, we saved the game. Okay, okay. Interesting. Oh no. Why don't we just find out if they have psyche logs, guys? I think it will go really well. We just whip out the Magatama and be like, hang on, I've got to check if you have psyche logs. Very important. They should rebuild the whole legal system around psyche logs. Then the game would be even harder for me. Okay. Well, we do have that the camera was stolen. Why would the camera be stolen? But like, that's not got anything to do with right now. Right now, they're talking about if the murder was premeditated, right? I mean... I don't really... I've got random stuff. But I don't know. If I have the murder picture, where's my murder picture? Yeah, he's got his silly... Everything else is broken except his silly tomato juice. Which is very funny. His knife is the murder weapon. The stab wound patterns are like the sketch of a knife. The blade leaves distinctive scratching and tears when each victim it stabs. So you can examine these wound sketches, see which knife drew the picture. It's to the point. Oh dear. Oh yeah, there's not really guns in this one. I don't know. I don't have anything. I don't think I have anything relevant right now. I mean, we mentioned the guitar case and how there's water but only on the top of the lid. Like, something is going on with the guitar case for sure. I just don't know what it is. Gumshoe was all like, ooh, it's not relevant to the case, blah blah blah. But I don't think it was. Not relevant. Important and necessary. This is the only hint I've got. I saved. I did save. I should just go for it. There's one, I don't know what, one piece of evidence that captures my attention. Something that this court has yet to see. Mr. Wright, I will say this one more time. I do not feel this trial needs to continue at all. However, I am giving you one chance, and only one. What the judge is saying, Wright, is don't try pulling off one of your usual bluffs here. If I mess this up, it's curtains for all of us. Oh my goodness, you actually lose all your health. Good thing I saved. Thanks, Wave. Now then, what is this important evidence that you must show to the court? My attorney's badge. Imagine I blow it on my attorney's badge. It would be really funny. However, okay, am I winning? I should do that since I saved. I'm gonna show everyone I'm a lawyer. Take that! Hi, he's not very pleased. Sorry, Wright, but this time your bluffing steered you wrong. I can see nothing strange about this piece of evidence. We're doing it for the funnies. We're showing our attorney's badge as this crucial piece of evidence right now. Wait! I am a man of my word, Mr. Wright. Oh my goodness, it's so serious right now. That's enough. This court seems no reason to further prolong the trial, nor is there any need for much more time to decide the case against the defendant. This case is extremely clear. I see no room for misinterpretation of the facts. This court finds the defendant not on guard. No! Oh no. The accused will surrender to the court immediately to be held pending trial at a higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. This court is adjourned. Oh no. Boom. Game over. Well, showing the attorney's badge did not work. So we're gonna load from our save. So Maya is dead, right? Yeah. Right, we're back, gang. We are so back. The thing is that like, okay, it's something the court has not yet seen. What has the court not yet seen? So what have they seen, quite simply, to start off with? They've seen the button, they've seen the knife, they've seen the crime photo, and like these reports are not relevant yet. The things they have not seen, we mentioned the press conference ticket. The transceiver is not important right now, I don't think. We have Lotta's camera that got stolen. The tabloid article about AA, but that's not relevant right now because it's not about her. The map at the hotel is not going to be it. We have the guitar and we have the wine glass, right? The guitar, we mentioned it, but they're going to be like, oh, it's not relevant. So I reckon that leaves us by elimination of just the wine glass, right? I think. Even well, there's the camera as well. The fact that the camera got stolen, but it is weird that everything else is messed up and the wine glass is not, right? That's weird. But as always, I don't know what order things go in. I guess I just had to pick my next thing, but I don't want to watch the game over scene loads of times. It'll feel a bit brute forcey, you know? I mean, I am leaning towards the wine glass right now, mostly because it's in the photo and we're talking about the time of the murder. So I'm gonna give that a go next, I reckon. Alright. We're mashing, we don't care. What's the dilemma we're having right now? We don't know what our crucial piece of evidence is. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go with the wine glass and see what happens. I mean, I saved, right? This is a wine glass, is it not? Ooh, new dialogue. Please look at the photo of the crime scene one more time. Let's go! Oh my goodness, that was so scary. There's more. No, I know, right? The case is not over. Terrible. The scene is a mess because of the victim's struggle against his assailant. The vase was broken. His makeup is all over the floor. These were all things that were at one point sitting on top of the dresser. Well, yes, I see your point. However, this glass that is sitting on top of the dresser is mysteriously untouched. The only thing that had not fallen over with everything else is this wine glass. This piece of evidence is more than strange enough to warrant further consideration. Well, what do you have to say? Thank you for the follow. The vase. The vase. Oh, yeah, Americans say vase, right? Like vase. Yeah, I forgot about that. That completely left my mind. But yes. Oh, well, yes, it is a little peculiar. Yes, isn't it? I thought it was. You can stop looking at me with those puppy dog eyes of yours now, Mr. Edgeworth. What is it, Your Honour? Your opinion? You don't need my opinion. Because there is no special meaning to that glass. What? It's safe to say that the glass was set there after the crime took place. By the person who discovered the body, Adrian Andrews, for example. She could have easily been so shocked that she set the glass down without thinking. That does sound very plausible, Mr. Wright. Could Miss Andrews really have set that glass down without thinking? If I was able to face. Okay, so vase. Face. Yeah, I see. Does she like tomato juice? I mean, there's also the bottle, right? There's also the bottle of tomato juice that's on the table. So she'd have to, like, put both down, right? Let me save again. I'm gonna say there's no way. If I appear weak here, the trial is over. I can look for my proof later. For now, I should trust my instinct and point with certainty. They just might fall for it if you're thought-provoking enough. The defense would like to challenge the prosecution's theory. We would like to see something that proves it was Miss Andrews who set the cup on the table. You've turned the situation on its head yet again, as usual. Mr. Edgeworth, do you have any proof to back up your claim? There's no way he has any, he's just bluffing. Unlike Mr. Wright, I never say anything unless I have the evidence to support it. What? You're not thinking hard enough today, Wright. Did you think this wine glass escaped my notice? Then, of course it has been thoroughly inspected for fingerprints. Fingerprints? There were only one set of fingerprints left on this wine glass. Only one? Well, whose were they? They were not the victims nor the defendants. Rather, they were of one Adrian Andrews. What? Alright. That is why I said that the person who discovered the body had left it there. Are we done here, Mr. Wright? Brr, I can't believe I fell into another trap. Miss Andrews was probably holding the glass when she went to see Mr. Corrigan. But upon seeing his dead body, she was stunned and set the glass down on the dresser. What you just said makes a lot of sense. Now do you see, Wright? You can't change any part of my scenario as it explains everything all too well. Grrr. I've thought long and hard this past year about what it means to be a prosecutor. And from here on out, I will show you the answer I have come to discover. Wait a second, Mr. Edgeworth, I think the prosecution has provided enough evidence for me to enter my verdict. Unfortunately, I cannot allow you to pass judgment yet. The prosecution has yet another witness we would like the court to hear from. Another witness? Yes. Bailiff, please bring in the next witness. What in the world is Mr. Edgeworth thinking? We do not know. Oh my god, it's old bag. Now then, witness, please state your name and occupation. Witness, your name and occupation, please. Gotcha! Oh my goodness. I wonder what happened to that calm composure he had earlier. Oh, Edgy boy! It's been, what, a year since we last met, hasn't it? You should be more happy to see me. I saw the report of her testimony, but who knew that under that helmet? It was the Wicked Witch at the witness stand. I tell you, this time I know what I'm supposed to do. So today I'm going to tell you anything and everything. Even things that don't have to do with that terrible crime. Miss Witness, that terrible crime is all the court needs to know. Shh, I'm talking to my dear Edgy Wedgie right now. Don't interrupt us, Gramps. Yes, madam. No, please, by all means, interrupt her, please. Anyway, witness, your testimony, please. It's true what they say, that you're hot-headed nowadays. Not I mind at all, Edgy. Now then, what should I start with? The witness was on security detail at the hotel on the night of the murder. Is this correct, Miss Oldbag? It was a great job being able to see my dearie Juan. It was almost too much for my little heart to handle. You mean you were a fan of the victim? Look, everyone is crazy over that on-guard, saying he's cute in a fresh way or something. But not me. I wouldn't say anything so silly. After all, I have no interest in a little child like him. I'm only interested in the real man, Juan Corrida. But those two were the same age? Anyway, as I was saying, I was pacing in front of this room that night. Very well, please tell the court what you witnessed the night of the murder. Leave it to me, Edgy Poo! Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Right, what am I gonna read? Anyway, after the ceremony, I went to pace around in the hallway in front of his room. There was something I was interested in finding out, you know. Well, since I was on the job, I made sure to keep a good eye out the whole time. That's when someone showed up. It was a man coming out of poor Juan's room. It was On Guard. Matt On Guard. He was trying to sneak his way out of Juan's room. So Mr. On Guard came out from the victim's room. See, it has to be him. He's the murderer. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Right, well, what are we going to do with this? This is not looking too good for us right now. Miss Oldbag, what was your post on that night? The lobby. I was supposed to help set up the stage for that trifling show. But I refused to help, I'll have you know. It was for that lead-headed samurai show. Heh, I even took out a few of the nails. Maybe it was a good thing the show didn't go on. Besides, that manager with the glasses seemed to be working hard at it without me, so I thought I'd take a break and spread my wings a little. And that's when you went to hang around the victim's door? Something you were interested in, and just what was that? It's not some little thing I can go around telling everyone, you know. It's top secret between me and Juan. Ah, and Edgy Poo, of course. Mr. Edgeworth, what is this thing she was interested in? I have no idea. I despise gossip, Your Honor. Gossip? But should it prove relevant, we can always have it appended to her testimony later. It looks like we shouldn't force it right now. And did the witness stay in the vicinity of the victim's door the entire time? Oh, then would you tell us the number of people who went in and out of Mr. Corrida's room? I have no idea. I wasn't born so I could count these things with people who didn't pay attention in class. That's why ever since I turned 20, I quit keeping track of how old I really am. Yes, well, that would explain why your age was not included in the report. In any case, the witness then saw someone, correct? Who in the world was that? I'm not allowed to say. This sort of information has to be carefully guarded from the masses, Sonny. The man that came out of Juan's room. It was. He was. Yes, he was. Ah, I'm too scared. I can't say his name out loud. Oh, what I wouldn't give to have Francisca's whip right about now. I know, right? Francisca would not have stood for this. Well, I guess I can tell you since he was such a bad boy anyway. You saw my client? Are you sure about that? Yesy. Really? Annoying brat, when I say I saw someone, I saw that person. Why do I get a sense of deja vu? Maybe to avoid a repeat of last year, I should delve into this a bit further. Please tell us the court about the man's face in more detail. You didn't need me to tell you about his face. That soft, gentle look in his eyes and his effeminate lips. His right eye covered by his silky hair, his sparkling, shining teeth. His teeth were shining? Well, he's shining all around in this week's pin-up poster, dearie. This week's pin-up. Why do you... Okay, I don't care how he looks in this week's issue. Please stay on what you saw that night. What? Elmgard's face is the same no matter where it is, you know, you whippersnapper. So, Mr. Wright, was his testimony just now important or relevant in any way? Not yet. I should save. I don't know how important this is. I kind of want to press and ask about something else. I guess it really wasn't that important after all. Ah, Mr. Wright, do you know why we say time is valuable? If not, I suggest you learn. You've wasted 3 minutes of this woman's youth. That's more valuable than gold to me. Why do I suddenly feel old in the presence of her childish whining? She may not remember things or be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. That's bad for us. Really bad. But that's how the human mind is. It also has a tendency to jump off topic. She's strayed onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right? That's because you're not the one who has to question her. Right, we'll keep pressing on this. You're busy getting food. Oh my goodness. I thought you were doing photosynthesis. It's old bag. I know she's back. She's back. I know, she's actually back. Okay, we're gonna go with what the person was carrying this time. What was the man you saw carrying? In which hand? His right or his left? Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the raid, Ozone. Thank you. Hello, Fate. I hope you're well. And hello, Ozone. Right, thank you for getting that shout out in. Welcome in, raiders. I hope that the stream went well, Ozone. What were you guys up to? Were you doing, last seen streaming Mario 3D World, is that right? Very exciting. It's going well, thanks. We're doing some Ace Attorney. Where did I get that raid sound? It reminds me of a bingo game. It comes from Stream Elements, even though I don't use, no, not Stream Elements, Stream Labs, even though I stopped using Streamlabs a long time ago. I just downloaded the old sound effects. Is that the cheap camera cutout? Yes, it is. You finished some Pikmin! Oh, so exciting. Oh, I need to get back into Pikmin. I haven't played much since I finished Pikmin 4. Fish Nation! Exactly, Fish Nation. Yeah, we have a Pikmin Jesus emoji around here because every Christmas I do a plushie nativity and red Pikmin is baby Jesus. But yeah, for those of you who don't know me, I'm GameCoy. I mostly play Nintendo games. I do Mario Kart every Friday and Ace Attorney every Tuesday. You're trying to beat every Pikmin game in June. That is so exciting. Oh, best of luck. I've only played 3 and 4, but I keep meaning to try out 1 and 2. So, that's so cool. I have to actually try and drop in and see how it goes. I'd love to see some Pikmin gameplay. How many of them? There are 4. One was like slightly looks like our Hunter characters. I guess. How big games are they? Pretty big, especially if you're going for 100%. Are you going for 100% in it, Ozone? They can be quite, there's a lot going on, a lot of collectibles to get. It's, you know, kind of strategy-ish? Yeah. I'd say it's a kind of strategy game. There's always some kind of time limit going on as well. They're great games, bangers. I do need to get back to them. Whenever I play it. Major Dandori required. Exactly, Defender. Exactly. Need to have the organization, the strategy. The first one is short, but the other 3 are 10 to 20 hours, roughly. There we go. An actual numerical answer. That would be helpful. Yes. Oh my goodness, it's gonna be exciting, I'm sure. No, we'll have to drop in and watch some of this Pikmin. It sounds super duper exciting. But yeah, we're solving a murder quite rather badly, I might add. Also above me today is Akechi from Persona 5 because it is his birthday. Today, 2nd of June. That is today. Yes, the 2nd of June is today. So, a lot going on, a busy day, if you will. But yeah, thank you so much for the raid and for stopping by, Ozone. If you need to go, you know, raid and run and all that, that is absolutely fine. And I hope you have a great rest of your evening, / whatever time it is. I'm not the best at time zones. Right, we shall carry on with the case. Oh, now this is a real mess. You know nothing of Pikmin. Well, it's always a good time to know about Pikmin. They are cute little guys, and I love them. Much appreciated. Let's go. Let's go. The mission. I'm so excited. That's such a good idea. I need to set myself a challenge like that at some point when I have slightly more free time. I mean, I can't be expected to answer such a vague question. Indeed. Please be more specific with your question, Mr. Wright. Sorry, what was the man you saw carrying in his right hand? Ah, he wasn't carrying anything in that hand. Then how about his left? Empty. Well, this whole thing has been a lot of nothing. Speaking on all of Ace Attorney, I don't think I could. I don't think I even remember the cases in the first game well enough. So, Mr. Wright, was this testimony just now important or relevant in any way? I'm gonna say no. I'm just mashing. I don't think that was. Okay, let's try this one again. Speedrun all of it in 1 month is tons, wow. I mean, even if you mash all the dialogue, you still have to remember what evidence to present. Please tell the court about the man's clothes in more detail. What a troublesome man you are, really, as if something like that matters. But it does. Now what was it? Oh, yes, it was that thing. What thing? That gaudy thing he's always wearing, that racing jacket. Ah, he was wearing that at the detention center too. That thing's meant for nothing but seducing women out of their pantaloons. Men. Right. So, Mr. Wright. Oh my goodness. So that wasn't very important either. I guess the most important out of the 3 was that he wasn't carrying anything. Because they were saying, this is such a stretch, they were saying that the knife couldn't have been folded up or something like that. That he had to carry it. Pantaloons, I know. She's living in a different era, what can I say? So the fact that he was carrying nothing, supposedly, I mean, it's not going to be nice to us to give us a hint. Let me save again. We pressed on all the other things, didn't we? Yeah. She won't be clear on who's coming in or going out, which is not helpful. Oh, hydrate. I will hydrate. I will drink even more water. Excellent idea. There we go. I agree. Let's stay hydrated. Okay. Well, I suppose we'll go with the fact that he was... Oh no, but that's really stupid. That's not helpful, because if he actually murdered him, then of course he wouldn't be carrying a knife, because the knife would have been in this guy. That's not helpful. Mia said that he went on a bunch of side tangents, that would be helpful, but I'm not seeing what's helpful about them just yet. She's not telling us who went in, only who went out. I mean, I suppose the other thing we have is if she was trying to find out gossip, we have that the camera was stolen. Also on the night of the murder, but I don't want to really accuse this lady of stealing a camera. That doesn't seem quite right. I mean, we've accused random people of murder in the past, but I don't want to accuse her of stealing a camera. Played a small amount of Ace Attorney on DS, we can play properly. Ooh, that would be cool. This is my first time playing this. Is like the Trilogy remaster on the Switch. I feel like it would be very well suited to playing on the DS. Like, imagine you're walking around with your little DS investigating things. It would be very cute. But yeah, I'm still completely lost. Okay. Realistically, we have to say it was relevant. The most important thing she said. What's the most important thing she said? We have what he was carrying and the clothes. Yeah, that's true. Rise from the Ashes would have been really good on the DS. Yeah, I think the clothes as well, because that was the only one like a picture showed up. Okay, I had to pretend this was important. Of course it was important, Your Honor. Imagine tapping on the screen. Exactly, that would be so good. Wasn't Matt allegedly wearing the costume? Yes, allegedly. Yes, that's true. Oh my goodness. Yes, because the button was found on his costume's trousers, not regular trousers. Gonna have the dash for now. Oh, best of luck with your bits and bobs. And yeah, lovely to hear from you too. I will have to stop by for some pigment. I'm gonna keep an eye out. And thank you very much for the good luck. Enjoy your evening. Then perhaps you would like to point out what part of that testimony was important. Don't you see it, Edgeworth? Your Honor, I request what the witness said about the jacket to be appended to her testimony. I don't quite see where you're going with this, but alright. Witness, please. Oh, well, I don't like to badmouth anyone without reason, but if I must. Are you sure the defendant was wearing a racing jacket? What do you think? It's not like I've seen him in anything other than that horrible thing. I'm sure he was wearing it. She is so sure of herself that it's to the point of self-absorption. She may not remember things and be mistaken here and there, but I don't think she's lying. That's bad for us, really bad. But that's how the human mind is. It also has a tendency to jump off topic. She's strayed onto a few interesting side topics this time too, hasn't she? But that's what makes her a sweet old lady, right? That's because you're not the one who has to question her. Okay. I think that's it. The fact that the button was found on his Hakama. Objection! Add objection. Boom, 112. Miss Oldbag. What? Don't say my name for no reason. Do you know what this is? Ah, it's button number 2 of the Jammy Ninja's costume. Now I know she's an obsessed fan. She identified it in a single glance. Give it here, give it here. If you don't give it to me, I'll punish you with this. Wow, she really is a die-hard fan to want a button covered in blood. This button was discovered on Mr. On-Guard's body during a full body search. See? This button proves beyond a shadow of a doubt that it was that rascal On-Guard. It was caught up in the pleats of his nickel samurai Hakama pants. See? An On-Guard is a nickel samurai. Witness. Now, it may just be me, and I do have an active imagination. But just now, didn't you say that the defendant, Matt On-Guard, was wearing his usual racing jacket? Racing jacket, not costume. Ah, I'm so sorry. Sorry that you judge people based on what they wear. If I wore the trendiest dress, then maybe you think I was the most gorgeous woman ever, but instead I had to put up with wearing this ridiculous looking outfit. This outfit is easily sorry. I got a statement called a second my dress. It's heavy, so heavy. I haven't wished we've seen these ages ago. People like all those kids out there, work hard to smile on my face so you understand. Now take a look in the mirror. Your clothes are right. It's interesting as a documentary on curling. You should take a tip or 10 for edgy food now. He's got style. Okay, I did my best. She goes so fast. I have to slow her. I'm pretty sure I have to slow her down. Now, hold your tongue still there for just 1 second. So what you saw in actuality... I did my best. I didn't get all the words. I'm sure I know I didn't. I know, actual curling slander. I know. I mean... She said a documentary on curling is boring. That's just simply not the case. Was not Mr. On-Guard the man. He's like all about anyway, but wow, I know. But Mr. On-Guard the nickel samurai? But when you think about it... they're really one and the same. Anyway. Alright. Oh, alright, we are doing hydration. Yes, I might have missed the message earlier, but we are trying to stay family friendly, but no worries, of course. I think this game is rated by, I don't know, children? 12? I'm not sure. I really should check the age ratings on the games I'm playing. I never know. But there, I have hydrated now. 12! Okay. I was right first time. Miss Oldbag, this is a very important point we're talking about. Edgy Poo, do you think so too? Well, it might be something worth considering. Just say it's important and agree with me for a change. One of them was rated 18 at one point and re-rated back to 12. It's a family-friendly murder. Yeah, family-friendly murder. You got it. The 5th game. Oh, that's not in the trilogy, so it's not my problem right now. Witness, think carefully and try to remember as much as you can before you testify. Alright, if you insist. I should be the one sighing, not you. Alright, who I saw. On God, next, now I remember. The Nickel Samurai, that's right, it was the Nickel Samurai that I saw. Yes, it would have been convenient for him to wear his costume during the murder. He had to go to that post-ceremony stage show right after the crime, you know. So he must have worn that Nickel Samurai costume even when he was stabbing for Juan. Bestie, you literally said he was wearing the jacket last time. I knew it. I knew you'd say he was inside that costume. What? Did you think there could have been someone else inside that costume? Don't be a bad little boy thinking such rude things. But the possibility does exist. Ah, young ones today, I told you there's no way it was anyone else. E for everyone. Looks like some of the most questionable... Yeah, that's true. There definitely are some questionable bits, but they're like, nope, it's a 12. How do you know that? Because I said so, and what I say is the truth. At least she's just as delightful a witness as she was a year ago. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Alright, here we go. You're surprised it's not 16. Yeah, we try to stick to the age rating of the game. That's normally what we go for. Hold it. Would you please get on with your testimony? Watch your language, young man. What sort of tone is that to take of an elder? My youthfulness isn't what it used to be, so you should forgive me for everything. If you keep on barking at me like that, I'll start singing at the top of my lungs. What? Oh my goodness. What on earth? She's singing the Nickel Samurai theme song. She's actually singing? Someone help my poor ears. Mr. Redruff, can you please do something about this racket? Witness, I'll give you a piece of gum later if you be good and just stick to just the facts. Okay! You promise, right? Right, I'll be sending the bill for the chewing gum to your office at a later date. Remind me to send you a thank you note later too, Edgeworth, old chum. Be a little more careful with your testimony, please. Not too long ago, you said he was wearing his racing jacket and now he's not. Not too long ago. Then let me ask you this. When you were itty-bitty, what was your grand dream? Huh? What did you want to be when you grew up, whippersnapper? My dream, huh? Well, I wanted to be Judge Wagner, hero of the public's court. So what? See? And look where you are now. You're not Judge Wagner, are you? Are you? Well, what I said earlier. Who puts any weight into things like that? The now is everything. I can't be held responsible for the past. Since when did court become theatrics over testimonies? All that matters is that man was inside that costume. Isn't that enough? And why would that be? That way no one could see his face, of course. But there's still no advantage for him that I can see. In fact, you would think the costume would make him stand out all the more. Was she always this unhinged? I feel like she's at a new level of unhinged this time round. She was already a little bit bonkers in the first case we talked to her in, like the Will Powers case. But you know, it's just a new level now. New level. New game, new level. You are such an annoying child, you know that. You disagree with everything I say. Isn't that what you're always doing to me? This is the drunkenly written game after all. Yeah, supposedly, like the writer, apparently according to Wave, wrote the game when he was drunk, this one. I got it. Maybe it was more troublesome for him to change in and out of his costume. Hold it. Was there anyone else scheduled to appear at the post-ceremony show? Well, all the contestants were supposed to go on stage in a friendly gesture thing. And that included the Jamming Ninja? Of course it included him. That's why when Ungod came out of Dear Juan's room, I didn't give it a second thought. I see. Well, anyway. So let me ask you one last time. The person you saw, it really was the Nickel Samurai. As sure as ever. Haven't I been saying that from the very beginning? Can I throw in the towel yet? You don't need to think too hard on this one. Huh? There's a contradiction in her testimony and it's sitting in plain sight. The question is what that contradiction means for us. Well, I have to figure out what you're talking about first, but okay. That is not a convenient looking costume to me. That's not convenient. I mean, he didn't take his massive weapon with him, that's for starters. I think Ace Attorney suffers from overplaying their personalities and blowing them up to an egregious degree. Oh dear, poor Ace Attorney. It's fun though. Okay. This is the press conference ticket. That's after the show, which didn't happen. I mean, that's part of his costume, right? Let me save my game again. I'm always saving. I'm gonna go with I don't think it's convenient to wear that thing. The witness's statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor. Oh dear, that was wrong. I'm sorry, but I can see nothing faulty. Unfortunately, I'll have to penalise you, Mr. Wright. Oh man, okay. Oh, I must be on the wrong track. I was saying that it must have been convenient, and like, that's not a convenient looking costume, but oh well. It is not that, apparently. That's the photo of the crime scene. Mia's like, ooh, there's a contradiction, so I have to just look harder, I guess. So the Nickel Samurai. He go to the post-surgery stage after the crime. So he must have worn the Nickel Samurai costume when he was stabbing. Wait, when he was stabbing? He's got gloves on. That's got fingerprints. Objection. When he was stabbing. Please take a look at this. Alright, we got it. How funny is that, huh? Yeah, so it was a knife. Big deal. If you're trying to scare me with that, I'll have you know it won't work. No, that's not my intention at all. We're at one of 3 objections. Very exciting, right? That's the knife that was used in the murder, correct? Your Honor. Do you know why this piece of evidence is important to this case? You don't even have to ask. It's because the defendant's fingerprints are on it. Is that what you're driving at? That is exactly what I am driving at. What are we driving at? Whose car are we driving? If Mr. Ongard was really in the Nickel Samurai costume at the time of the murder, then it's impossible for his fingerprints to have been left on this knife. Actually, he would have wiped all 3 of his fingerprints on this knife right off. No, Judge was not smart. Smart Judge is an oxymoron in this game. Oh, that's right, the Nickel Samurai wears gloves, doesn't he? He probably took his gloves off before he began the stabbing. Why would he do that? And why would he do something like that? Exactly. To leave his prints on the murder weapon? There is no way he would do something like that. However, there is one possibility. Then let's hear your possibility. It's very simple. The defendant went to the victim's room while in costume as the Nickel Samurai. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. He was probably just going to relax and talk with the victim about the stage show. Which is why he took his gloves off. But the murder still didn't take place. It's well known that there was bad blood between the defendant and the victim. Yes, I have heard that before. It's really quite simple. No. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you have to say about Mr. Edgeworth's theory? So let me get this straight. Edgeworth's theory goes like this. When the defendant went to the victim's room, he had no intention of killing him. Now, up to this point, are there any problems with his theory? Yeah, why did he take a knife with him? This theory contradicts something in an earlier testimony. What are you babbling about? Now, for argument's sake, let's suppose Mr. OnGuard was the killer. If that's the case, I think it's impossible for the killer to have gone to the victim's room without intent. Because of the knife. This was used by Mr. OnGuard at dinner. Yes, we did establish that. Which means that if my client was, in fact, the killer, then he brought this knife with him when he went to visit Mr. Corridor. I suppose. However, you just said it yourself. At that time, the defendant held no intent to murder. If that were true, then why would he bring a knife? He wouldn't, would he? Which means, Mr. Edgeworth, your theory was flawed from supposition 1. Ooh. And one more thing. If the murderer was wearing the costume at the time of the murder, then there should be glove marks left on the knife. Costume has gloves. I'm just writing now. There should be glove marks on the knife if he was wearing the costume. Alright, I've written a few things down. Which means the defendant's fingerprints shouldn't be all over it like bees on a hive. And that brings me to my final point. This knife was planted by the real killer to hide their identity and mislead us. Order! Order, I say! Order in the court! Was this knife really planted by the killer? Why would the murderer do such a thing? To frame Matt OnGuard? It's to frame my client, Mr. OnGuard, of course. To frame. Aren't you forcing the interpretation just a little too hard on this one? Objection! But we just established that the witness saw the Nickel Samurai in costume. And if that were true, then there shouldn't be a single fingerprint on this knife. Witness! Looks like I've made your life a tiny bit more difficult, huh, Edgy-poo? Witness, did you not really see the Nickel Samurai? Well, I guess at first I might have forgotten, but... Are you saying you mixed up Mr. OnGuard with the Nickel Samurai, his character on TV? But I mean, I can't really do anything about that now. Look, I was waiting around in front of their doors because, well, I wasn't waiting around for the Nickel Samurai, that's for sure. She wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai. Interesting. Old Bag wasn't waiting for the Nickel Samurai. Alright then, who were you waiting around for then? That's top secret to anyone outside of security. I have a feeling that you were waiting for Mr. Juan Corridor. Am I correct, witness? Ha ha ha. The way you think, you're a sad amateur of a terrible case of nearsightedness. Amateur? Me? What am I an amateur of? So Old Bag was waiting around in front of the victim's room, but it doesn't sound like she was waiting to catch a glimpse of Mr. Corridor. Maybe. Phoenix, maybe the Old Bag was waiting around for that person. If it's who I think me is hinting at, it's certainly possible. Miss Old Bag, You were waiting for this person to come out of the victim's room, weren't you? I reckon she's waiting for Adrian. Because of the gossip. Because there's gossip about Adrian and Juan, right? Who is this person? This is Adrian Andrews, Mr. Unguard's manager. But why would the defendant's manager be in the victim's room? It seems that this is the latest rumor in circulation, Your Honor. I see. The judge seems to be really into the article, if it can be called such a thing. This manager with the initials AA, are you saying it's... Adrian Andrews, without a doubt, the witness thought so as well. Looks like you found me out. Well, that's fine, I can throw away this whole sworn to confidentiality stuff then. Witness, what in the world are you... Watch out, Phoenix. I've got a bad feeling about this. A very bad feeling. I got some information. Some very secret information from a certain source. So that's why I was doing my own little investigation. In secret, of course. But what for? Oh, just for myself. Personal reasons and all that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, how will you proceed from here? I really don't want to do this. However, I simply can't let this... I cannot simply let this point slide. I see. Very well then. Witness, please testify about this secret information. Get ready. This is going to take the wind out of you young ones. I'm sure we're all capable of handling this. Really, it's not like we're 10 years old. Oh my goodness, we actually have a gossip sesh. That on-guard is one evil man. He thought he could ruin poor Juan by causing a huge scandal. So to do that, he sent his own manager to get in close with Juan. I cannot condone such dirty tricks, so I took action. Oh, and this is top secret. You got that? Nobody else but you and me know yet, okay? The defendant and his manager. What a distasteful topic for this court. What? Nobody's above gossip. And isn't that saying the truth is never pleasant? Never heard that one before. Mr. Edgeworth, what about this Adrian Andrews person? We have looked into this matter and found that the truth the article proposes is, in fact, baseless gossip. But should this be true, then this proves that the defendant did bear ill will towards the victim. So this means I have to smash this rumor once and for all? Now then, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Be careful. This old bag seems rather excited right now. That's right, on-guard is nothing but your average foul-blooded youth. What am I typing? I am making notes, because the only way I get through these cases is by making notes of the important bits. Time to fire up the afterburners and hit the highway to the danger zone. Alright, let's do this. Oh my goodness. You can't say something like that without proof. That's just slander. But it's true. That woman was getting intimate with poor Juan. Look, it says so right here, doesn't it? Manager to the stars, Miss AA. But the name of the magazine this came from is Gossip Land. What? Are you saying that gossip is all just a pack of lies? What do you know? I suppose next you'll swear to me that the news is 100% truth. Honestly, Sonny, you can't discriminate between the news and gossip. Yes, discrimination is bad, Mr. Wright. Discriminate? When did I do anything like that? Anyway, on guard will never get me to say touche. Discrimination is bad. What on earth? Oh dear, we're in so much trouble. A scandal? What do you mean by that? Gossip is the truth, apparently, yeah. You're a dim-witted one, aren't you? I can't believe you don't know what a scandal is. Honestly, what are they teaching kids in middle school these days? Oh, no, I wasn't asking what the word scandal means. Even I know that much. Well, that on-guard thought he could own a monopoly on popularity. You don't have any proof that Mr. On-guard did any such thing. You must be suffering from shock. The shock of hearing the truth. And now since you're in so much shock, you can't do anything right. You're right, I can't do anything, but boy do I wish I could do something about you. Alright then, Sonny, show me what you've got. Can you show me proof that On-guard didn't bear any ill will towards Juan? Like, No. I don't have anything to offer. See? Just as I thought. And you were lecturing me about saying things without proof. You just giving me a free pass to say whatever I want whenever I want, silly boy. Me and my big mouth. That's the way the cookie crumbles. For you, anyway. So, what do you mean by I took action? Like I already told you, I was lying in wait close to the crime scene. Once that slimy woman came out of Juan's room, I was going to capture her and teach her a good lesson. Something you young ones need. You were going to teach her a good lesson? I was going to make her eat the damaging beams of my ray gun. Like this. No, stop. Well, it was too bad that woman didn't come through the door that night. Wait. What? I'm a busy woman. Tea time with the kids is over. Secret information that no one else knows yet. If that's true, then how do you know this secret information? Huh? Well, that's because I'm a pro. Yes, that's it. It's a secret. Even if you didn't drill a hole into my brain, you'll never find out. How in the world did that old bag get such a secret piece of information? Press further, we're gonna go. If you don't be a good girl and tell me where you got this secret information, you won't get to go home today. Edgy Poo, what are you doing? Help me! What do I have to do with this? Just do this for me. You'll get your reward. I don't want your reward, but you don't leave me much of a choice. The witness could have gotten her information from anywhere. It's even possible that it was spontaneously made up inside the witness's head. And he lectures me on reckless blabbering? As long as we don't know about where this information came from. It's quite a waste of time to focus on this line of questioning. Where did Old Bag get her inside information? There has to be something I can use to figure it out. Sounds like just another tidbit of gossip, doesn't it? But you can't just ignore it either. It makes your client look bad either way. Well, I don't think I've heard anything really out of the ordinary just now. There has to be something we can catch her on. Yeah, and when I find it, I'm going to press the heck out of it. So, we need to disprove that he sent his own manager. We have the report. Because what I have in my notes is that Adrian Andrews is trying to like figure out what happened. You've been known to eat non-food items. I can confirm. Oh my goodness. Yeah. So we have that. She's trying to solve a mystery of her former mentor's death. Because Juan was the one who found her body. So you could say, oh yeah, she's trying to do it for that reason. But that's not what they're asking. They're asking for evidence that Ungard bore no ill will towards Figgy, towards Juan. There's either that and the camera. Because he could say, oh, the camera got stolen. Right, we'll try the camera getting stolen first, because it's funny. So no one else is supposed to know this secret information, correct? If that's true, then why do you know it, Miss Oldbag? Why are you looking at me like that? Stop that! Witness! I hate to say it, but this is how you came to acquire your secret info, isn't it? Think so. The investigative photographer Lotta Hart. Oh yes, I remember that mischievous girl. She reported that she had lost a certain note she had written to herself. She reported such a thing? On that piece of paper, she had written down some of her outrageous impressions about the relationship between the victim and Miss Andrews. What? Outrageous ideas, you say? No, I said impressions. Okay. Lotta's stolen camera plus note. Then Then everything written on this piece of paper is completely meaningless? Ah, that's it. That's the note. No, you see, this is something completely different. This is my top secret list of groceries to buy. Then you are the one who took Miss Hart's note. I'm a huge fan of Juan's, that's why. That infamous puffy-haired whippersnapper. She's working with that evil on guard. She said to herself, "On guard, I'm his sidekick." She was so happy, smiling like a silly duck. I was only checking what she had written. Edgy Poo, you believe me, don't you? Oh my goodness. I was only trying to help out like the angel I am. Part of the silly ducks. It's only one little piece of paper. I've never taken anything else before. You really should come with a supply of cheese to match your vintage wine. Well, it was only a piece of paper. I suppose we could overlook this just this once. She looks like she's really sorry. Should I forgive her? Pile on more pressure. If I let up on her now, she'll get away. I have to find some way to inflict a deafening blow to the prosecution. He did record that, he did. Witness, you said that the only thing you stole was that note. Is this correct? Stole? Why don't you listen more carefully, you annoying brat? I saved this piece of paper from the terrible lonely trash can, that's all. No, it was with the camera. It was with the camera. It was in the tabloid article about the victim was in the case. You're lying, damn it, and I can prove it. Are you putting my credibility under scrutiny again? Miss Oldbag. I don't believe that the note is the only thing you stole that night. It's the camera. Miss Oldbag, that note was with a camera inside its case, wasn't it? A camera? Yesterday, Lotta Hart was raising a huge stink over her camera. She kept saying something like, "My sweetie $1,600 camera disappeared on me." Yes, I said I wouldn't, and then I just did. But it was too early to accuse her, right? Now it's fine. I said I wouldn't, because I didn't feel like it, but now I do. Why? Why, witness? What is it, Gramps? If you have the note, then it is only logical that you have the camera too. Grrr, looks like you found me out again, Sonny. Is this the camera you're looking for? That's... What? Even though I look like this, I'm still a person, you know. I still eat meals like you, I fall in love and borrow things from people. I think your definition of borrow is a little off. I know, they're probably about the same age, and yet she calls him Gramps. I saw that woman's business card, that's what I noticed it said. Slimebag celebrity photographer extraordinaire. Well, when I saw that, I had to know what sort of pictures she had taken. I'm a professional security guard. It's my business to know these things. Bailiff, check this camera's photos. Hurry! We must examine them at once. Alright! We have the photos? Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do we have? There is only one photo that seems to be relevant to this case. Please present it to the court. This is the Nickel Samurai. See, I told you, that's the guy I saw. This proves that the witness was not lying earlier about this matter. What does all this mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photo by itself does not prove that the person in it is the defendant. However, in his own confession, Mr. Rongard clearly stated that at the time of the murder, he was still in his Nickel Samurai costume. Okay, interesting. If that is the case, then this Nickel Samurai is the defendant. Oh dear. How did it come to this? I think this brings us to the end. We have examined every piece of evidence thoroughly. Final comments, Mr. Wright. The court will consider them before we close. Do you agree that this photo is decisive evidence against your client? If this photo really is decisive, then we're done for. Right, let me save again. I keep saving because I'm scared. But if I raise an objection here and blow it, then I would put Maya's life in jeopardy. I can't make a mistake here. There's only one road out of this mess. This photo that Lotta took, there's... What does this thingy look like? The trousers are a bit long. There's something strange with this photo. I knew this was coming, Wright. Your thoughts, Mr. Edgeworth? I think we can all agree there is nothing strange with this photo. There is no way for the defense to debunk this photo, even with a bunker buster. Debunk with a bunker buster? Is that what you're planning to do, Mr. Wright? Oh my goodness. Anyway, please look at the photo one more time. If you really believe you can honestly find something wrong with this photo, then you should only need one chance, correct? Oh, it's not one of those instant game over ones. Well, I have to find something wrong with this photo. I can't let this chance go by. Where in the heck did she take this photo from anyway? It's all out of focus. Why can't you take a good shot, especially when it counts? Now then, let's hear your objection. What about this photo is strange? So, that's Juan's room, because that's where the flowers are, right? He's got the one arm that's mechanical, but you can't see his hand. He's got the other hand in the glove. I do reckon that the trousers are a bit long. I would like to direct the court's attention to this one area right here. What are you pointing to? His ankles? If you could see this person's ankles, that would be one thing. However, you can't. And what does that mean? The costumed person in this photo could not have been Mr. Ungard. What is the meaning of this? I wonder if you would care to elaborate, with actual facts, that is. Let's take a look at the Nickel Samurai's poster. Yeah, you can see his ankles. Please pay particular attention to the area around the bottom of the hakama. His socks. You can see his socks. Exactly. However, in this photo, the Nickel Samurai is clearly holding his hakama up just to walk. There is only one explanation for this. The person inside this costume is clearly much shorter than the defendant. Shorter than on guard, since trousers too long. Alright, I got it, yeah! Alright, I think I've turned things around for myself this time. That's curious. Huh? What is? Edgeworth is unusually calm today. That's true. He's just letting the trial run itself, as if he's only along for the ride. Along for the ride? What do you mean by that? I can only guess that perhaps he doesn't feel under attack at all. Oh no, what do you mean he doesn't feel under attack? Oh dear. I thought this was all part of his plan. He doesn't feel under attack? Then, I haven't damaged his case at all? Mr. Edgeworth, where does this leave us? If the person in this photo is not Matt on guard, then everything the prosecution has tried to prove has become meaningless. I figured it would come to this. What? Right, I have something I want to ask you. I think you have proven that the person inside this costume is not Matt on guard. In that case, who is this a photo of? Who is the person wearing the Nickel Samurai costume? Right, let me save. Again. Don't stress out over this, Phoenix. It's very simple. What you should be focused on is Edgeworth's attitude, don't you think? Yeah, why is he so calm? Mr. Wright, let's hear your thoughts. Who is the person in this photograph? I reckon it's Adrian because she's short. Has to be someone shorter than Matt. So that rules out like so many people. I'm gonna go with it being Adrian. Adrian Andrews? If you want to know who that Nickel Samurai is, it is none other than this woman. I think it's Pearl. Yeah, Pearl is shorter than On Guard. And why would you say it must be Miss Andrews? What in the world points you to her? For starters, she's short, and she can freely move in and out of Mr. On Guard's room. Finally, she had dinner with Mr. On Guard that night. And how does that all add up? It means that it makes it very easy for her to get a certain item. A certain knife with Mr. Unguard's fingerprints all over it. The knife that was used as a murder weapon. Why don't you just say what it is you want, Wright? I have to do this now. This is my last chance to turn things around. The defense moves to indict Mr. Adrian Andrews in the murder of Juan Corridor. It was Miss Andrews who tried to frame the defendant for the crime. Okay, we are accusing AA of framing on guard. Order! 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 It looks like this trial has hit a most unexpected development. Mr. Edgeworth. Yes, Your Honour. This court is issuing a subpoena for Miss Adrian Andrews. A verdict cannot be passed without first hearing her testimony. Alright, this is it. This is kind of bad for us. Huh? What do you mean? If Adrian Andrews is summoned to court as a witness, it means that the trial will go on for another day. One more day? Ah! If I don't get a verdict today, then Maya. Now then, we shall set Miss Andrews' testimony for tomorrow. What am I supposed to do? The judge is about to adjourn the court. If we got to raise an objection, we can't. It has to be all in one day. Now then. Objection! Please, Your Honour, continue the trial. You must pass a verdict today. I can't do that. We cannot hear Miss Andrews' testimony if she's not... I abhor wasting such valuable time. Let me add an objection. Alright, see you in a bit, one. Edgeworth? Your Honour, I request that you please continue with today's trial. But we cannot continue due to this unexpected development. Unexpected development? I think you underestimate me, Your Honour. And what do you mean by that? That Mr. Phoenix Wright would slave his way to subpoenaing Adrian Andrews is all happening according to plan, even if Wright was a bit slow to catch on. What? What is the meaning of your statement, Mr. Edgeworth? Miss Adrian Andrews is currently waiting in the prosecution's lobby. She is the next witness. Everything was planned out in advance by that man! Somehow, I knew there was no way Edgeworth would overlook Miss Andrews. Looks like this battle is far from over. Exactly. Very well. We will call the next witness. However, before we proceed, we shall take a 10-minute recess. Please prepare your witness in that time, Mr. Edgeworth. What do you mean? Judge during every single conceivable brain cell, yeah. The court will now take a 10-minute recess. Oh my goodness, we did it. We did part 1. We did part 2-1 of the trial or something like that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious me. We managed to save the trial from being not one day. Dude, I can't believe that Adrian. No way. Not cool and collected Adrian Andrews. She's your manager. It would have been very easy for her to pull this off. The only person who had easy access to the knife you used at dinner was, well, her. So after the ceremony, during the break, huh? I was sleeping like a log the entire time. See, she could have also easily planted that blood-covered button into her karma. Because she was the one that came to wake me up? Then, dude, you're saying it really was her? Yes, she is the real killer. She was the one who murdered Juan Corridor. Okay. We think she's the real killer, apparently. But why? I thought she was buds with Juan. She has her own agenda. Her own agenda? What are you talking about? I'm sure you'll see by the time this trial's over. It'll be alright. I'll get you acquitted by the end of today. Get me a vote. It's refreshing like a spring breeze, okay, Mr. Lawyer Dude? Phoenix, you think her motive is related to Celeste Impact's missing suicide note, right? Yes. Miss Andrews depended on Miss Impacts as her strength and reason to live. But then Miss Impacts suddenly killed herself. It sounds like she left a suicide note and the person thought to have hidden it is Juan Corridor, the victim of this murder. And that's why I think that Miss Andrews got close to Mr. Corridor, all to get the suicide note back. That sounds plausible, but one thing bothers me. What? Who was it that first told us about their relationship? Better stated, Miss Andrews' dependency issues with regards to Miss Impact's? It was Edgeworth! I know, right? He knows all this. It looks like he's still the one in command of this ship. Don't let your guard down yet. Yeah, I know. Edgeworth knows all this because he was helping us a little bit because he thought he wasn't going to have to be the prosecutor this time. Court will now reconvene. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, if you please. The prosecution calls the witness subpoenaed by this court, Miss Adrian Andrews, the person who discovered the crime in Mr. Juan Corridor's room. What is your occupation? I am the manager of the defendant in this case, Mr. Matt Ongard. I see. Now then. Before we begin, Your Honour, I have one request. Yes, sure. What is it? I'm sure everyone in this room is wondering the same thing and would love to find out more about my relationship with the victim. After all, it was the topic of a certain weekly magazine recently. Oh no, I have no idea what you mean. I've never even heard of Gossipland. If the judge was ever a prosecution witness, he'd do all my work for me. Anyway, I was wondering if you could please tell us about your relation to the victim. Yes, I was seeing Mr. Corridor. I was also aware of the rivalry that existed between Matt and Juan. But this was a private matter between Juan and myself. So it was a fry and bait matter. Or was that bait and fry? Reminds me of fishing. But I didn't kill him. No one is accusing you of that. I think there's someone who would beg to differ. I think we all understand your relationship with the victim now, Miss Andrews. Very well then. Witness, please testify to the court about what happened when you discovered the murder that had taken place. Alright, here we go. It was time for the show to start, so I went to get Matt from his room. After that, I went to Juan's room, and there was his dead body. I was in shock. What I saw was naturally the exact same scene as in this crime scene photo. I felt as though I was about to faint, so I poured myself a glass of juice. You poured yourself a glass of juice? Yes, sadly I didn't remember not to touch things at the scene of a crime. And I disturbed the crime scene by moving this one thing. And that is when the fingerprints on the wine glass were made, Your Honour. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Phoenix. She is one cool and collected customer, and she has the brains to match. Yes, I know. In order to catch a person like her, you have to avoid head-on confrontations. You should disrupt her pacing. Disrupt her pacing? She's the type of woman who is easily thrown off by things inconsistent with her thinking, so you have to attack when she least expects it. The instant you let up on your offence is the instant this trial is over. Understand? All right. Hold it. And what was Mr. Ongard doing at the time? He was taking a nap. He was worn out from his mini performance as a nickel samurai during the ceremony. Mr. Ongard did say he was taking a nap. Then I guess you could say it could not have been taken out of his room, yes. Excuse me, what are you... Right, I thought years of school would have taught you how to construct a sentence. If you can't make a sensible sentence of a subject, then I'll make one for you. Watch. Did you, Miss Andrews, remove Mr. Ongard's knife from his room? No. Subject, verb, object, right. Did you skip basic grammar? The witness may continue. Oh dear. After that I went to Juan's room. Alright, why'd you go there? And why did you do that? As a friendly gesture, Juan was to make an appearance with the other heroes. So the show was supposed to be a show of friendship, huh? Is that the only reason? I beg your pardon. What are you implying? You had a certain goal in mind when you started to get close to him, correct? So perhaps you had a more personal matter to discuss with the victim? Sorry, but I didn't have any such intentions in mind at that time. I can't get to talk about a strong piece of evidence, I guess. May we continue now? Witness, what did you see when he got to his room? You were in shock? What? Was I not supposed to be? Miss Andrews is a very calculating person, and despite how close they were, I doubt she had romantic feelings for Mr. Corridor. Anyone randomly stumbling upon a dead body would be in shock, and you can't seriously expect that a young beauty like her would not be shocked. Somehow, I don't think beauty has anything to do with being shocked or not. I see. This is the photo you're referring to, correct? Yes, the one with the knife lodged in his chest. And the guitar case was like this too? Yes, it was open and empty, of course. And then, what did you do next, witness? Juice. Yes, there was a bottle of tomato juice on the table, so I helped myself. But you didn't drink any of it, did you? Huh? There were no lint marks left on this wine glass that suggest that anyone drank from it. I wasn't feeling terribly great, so I set the glass down without drinking it. Miss Andrews, I would like to confirm with you one more time. When you discovered the dead body of Juan Corridor, you were in great shock. And that's when you poured yourself the glass of juice, correct? And what of it? My mind really was a complete blank at the time. Your mind was a complete blank. I didn't think that was possible for you. Aren't you rude today? I was so dazed that I made one careless mistake. That one thing. What one thing? Never mind. It's no big deal. What was she starting to say just now? Miss Andrews, I'm convinced that, as you said, you made a mistake at the scene of the crime. What I really want to know is what this mistake was. Okay, it's in the notes. Actually, so would I. I'm sorry, it's just kind of embarrassing. When I set the glass down on the dresser, I accidentally knocked the flower vase over. Flower vase? Are you talking about the one on the floor in the crime photo? This mess of glass shards? It was originally on top of the dresser. When I bumped into it with my elbow, it fell onto the guitar case. Why did you withhold such an important piece of information? I'm sorry. I thought that since the crime scene was already in disarray, that people would simply assume the vase was just another part of the mess. No, this is important because the guitar case is only wet on the outside, which means that it must have been closed. It looks like yet another fact has come to light here. Please add this and anything else you have to reveal to your testimony. Vase? So, she knocked the vase, but guitar case only wet on the top. I think that's it. I'm sorry, but I have nothing more to add. I didn't touch anything else. Oh, but this is important. What kind of flower vase was it? Bro. It was a glass vase and it was fairly big and heavy. I thought I would try to take Juan's pulse. So I set the glass I was holding down on the dresser. And that's when my elbow accidentally hit the vase. That's odd. I thought she was always in total control of herself. That's what she would like people to think. Always be mindful of the gap between your perception and reality. It doesn't sound like there's any glaring contradictions in her testimony just now. I warned you earlier that she would not crack so easily. The only way to make her is to keep on the offensive and not let up. The only way you're going to catch her is with some very strong, decisive evidence. I have to find something. Oh no! It sounds so nasally. I'm sorry. Hopefully we'll stop talking about it soon. Alright, this is it. This is what I think. You testified that you knocked the flower vase over. Is this correct? Yes. And are you sure it fell onto the guitar case? Is there some problem with what I said? It's not some problem, it's a major problem. It's true that the top of the guitar case was wet with water. However, that's exactly what is so strange. Miss Andrews, you testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case. However, if that was true, the case should have gotten wet on the inside, not the outside. That's very true. Furthermore, there is one other strange thing about this guitar case. And what is that? Let's take another look at the crime scene photo. The remains of the vase are scattered on the floor. And what is wrong with that? If the guitar case was open when the vase fell, the glass shards should be inside, not outside the case. Ah. What is your point, Wright? The case was closed at the time the vase was knocked over. Is that all? Objection! No, think back to what Miss Andrews testified to. She said that other than the vase, she didn't touch anything else. Yes, that's right. She did implicitly say she didn't touch the guitar case. Welcome back, Worm. But this whole matter with the guitar case is a dead end. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. It has no bearing on this case at all. That may very well be. However, the empty guitar case does seem to have no relation to this case, doesn't it? It seems that there is no deeper meaning to the guitar case. Well, Mr. Wright, do you think we need to hear more details about the guitar case? I think we do. The empty guitar case. I believe this is a crucial piece of the puzzle. I can't believe anyone would reach for straws like this, but it is you. I can't believe I'm doing this either. Alright, I'll follow along, for now. Miss Andrews, please testify to the court about the guitar case. Yes, Your Honour. Alright, here we go. Because she said it was open, and it wasn't open, so she's just lying. I don't remember too clearly because I was a bit dazed. I suppose I must have opened the guitar case after I knocked the vase over. It's not a big deal though, right? The case was empty after all. As for why I opened the case, even I don't know. Well, that's not helpful at all. What are you talking about? It looks like this really wasn't a very important point. This wastefulness is such a familiar feeling by now that it's almost comforting. Anyway, I'll just go ahead and start the cross-examination. Using anyway, to change the topic, a convenient escape for a weak man. Oh, he hasn't changed a bit, has he? During your testimony just now, did you remember those events clearly in your mind? Well, you see... Are you sure you are the one who opened the guitar case? She's waiting for someone to tell her if she should answer or not. Sounds like her dependent side is taking over. Well, Miss Andrews? Yes, it was me. So, you opened the guitar case then? Yes, well, maybe. Why did you open the guitar case? Huh? Mr. Corridor's dead body was right there in front of you, wasn't it? I would think that the first thing you would do is call for help, not open the guitar case. As the witnesses said multiple times, when she found the dead body, she was dazed. Maybe I was curious to know if the bright red guitar was alright or not. I thought maybe the criminal took it. Why would she care about the bright red guitar? But getting back on topic. Was it really empty? I was just wondering if maybe when you opened the case, the guitar was still inside. How long have you been a lawyer, Mr. Wright? Have a little professionalism. The bright red guitar was found at the studio. These trials would be over in half the time if you would just pay attention. Yes, pay more attention, Mr. Wright. Sorry. Was that because you were shocked and dazed at discovering the victim's body? Yes, that's probably it. I'm not going to get anywhere if I continue pressing her like this. The only way to make it talk is with evidence. I guess I should give it a try. Come on, Phoenix. We can't afford to let up on her now. I wasn't planning on letting up, but she's at her weakest now, so this is our chance. Yeah, if we had a weapon to hit her with. I'm sure a weapon is hiding somewhere in the court record, waiting to be found. What is this mystery around the guitar case? My goodness. Hmm. What is going on with this guitar case? This is just not a helpful image right now. That's not helpful. That's not helpful. That is not helpful right now. That's not helpful. The guide map, not helpful right now either. The guitar case has the victim's fingerprints. Right. The wine glass has Andrew's fingerprints. Oh, she didn't open the case then. Or at least... She didn't open the case. There is no way you were the one who opened the guitar case because her fingerprints aren't on it. Well, she had the gloves, I guess. Why would you say that? It's elementary, my dear. Ooh, Sherlock Holmes reference. Because the only fingerprints on this guitar case are those of the victim. Ah. I mean, supposedly, unless she was wearing the costume. What is it, Miss Andrews? You shouldn't assume that I must have left prints just because I touched the case. I heard Sherlock. Yeah. Phoenix said it's elementary, my dear. So that's Sherlock Holmes, right? What do you mean? What if I were to tell you that I was wearing gloves at the time? Gloves? But why would you be wearing gloves at the time? It was the night of the award ceremony. So of course I dressed up for the occasion. Yes, now I remember. I'm almost sure I was wearing a pair of thin gloves. I see. Well, Mr. Wright, it seems the witness was wearing gloves at the scene of the crime. You were wearing gloves? Isn't that a little strange? Because her fingerprints are on the wine glass. Her fingerprints are on the wine glass, but not the guitar case. Why is that strange? Do you have something that would prove I was not wearing gloves at the time? Yes, the wine glass, because her prints are on it. I have your proof right here. This wine glass. The wine glass? You left your fingerprints very clearly on this wine glass. Ah. Even if you took your gloves off when you poured yourself this glass of juice, wouldn't you think it was just a little strange that you put your gloves back on just to open the guitar case? Oh my goodness, we broke her glasses and she had to get a spare one. Amazing. Order, order, order! Looks like you hit the nail on the head this time. What do you mean? I believe that guitar case plays a very important role here. But it's just an empty case. I wonder if it really was empty though. But the guitar, the bright red guitar was at the studio. Phoenix, drop all of your presumptions. Yeah, something else could have been in the case. What was in the guitar case was not the bright red guitar. You don't mean it was a bright white guitar? Wait, that's not right either. I admit it would be unnatural for someone to do that. So the witness was not wearing gloves despite the fact that on the case. Your Honor, this is obviously the defense's usual misdirection tactic at work. Steer the court towards an unrelated topic and lull us all into his misguided... Objection! I love when he does objections for me, it's the best. No, Your Honor, please recall that Miss Andrews had testified that the vase fell onto the guitar case, which means that the case was closed when the crime took place. That was that. The big deal was not that she opened it, the big deal was that it was closed. However, it is wide open in this photo of the crime scene. I am sure this guitar case has some relation to the murder. If you are so sure, Wright, then I'm sure you can somehow substantiate your outrageous claim, correct? Please enlighten us as to why that guitar case has anything at all to do with this murder. Can you do that, Mr. Wright? Well, let's suppose for a second. Let me save again. I'm scared. Let's suppose for a second that the bright red guitar was not the only thing that could have been in the case. The bright red guitar not being the only thing? You don't mean to suggest that a bright black guitar... So you intend to push your theory that the case was not empty? Is that it, Wright? I wouldn't say something I don't intend to prove. Deflate that head of yours. You haven't proven anything yet. Now then, let's have it. What was inside this case at the time of the murder? At the time of the murder... We could be cheeky and say... Okay, the judge he is quite funny. He is quite funny. He does make me chuckle as well. Right, what could have been in there realistically? Why don't we say the guitar case is inside the guitar case, guys? That's definitely it. What if I say the knife? What if she like carried the knife there? What if someone carried, well not she, what if someone carried the knife there? I mean... And why would something like that be inside a guitar case, let alone this one? Why, Mr. Wright, why? Well, I just thought it might have been possible. I have a suggestion. Why don't you put that in the void where your brain is supposed to be? Okay, it was almost worth it. Yes, and never bring it out again. Can't a foolish fool get some love? Do you still think you can prove your theory? Can you prove that the guitar case was not empty at the time of the murder? I wouldn't say something other. Okay, no. At least it's only one health that you lose when you get this wrong. He said the thing. He said foolish fool. Exactly. Are we missing Francisca? I think we are. Okay. So. It's not the case. I mean, there's not many things it could be, right? Not many things at all. Well, it's not a person, I'll tell you that now. Francisca, despite being kind of a side character, she really does leave an impression. I really like her. She's cool. I like reading out all her lines as well. They're fun. She's fun to do the voice for. Edgeworth is fun too, but she's a new level of fun. Old Bag stole the camera. I don't think the camera would be in there. Something inside the case at the time of the murder. The murderer would have like gotten out, I guess. I mean... There's not many things. Like, it's not gonna be a Gossip Land article. The button is from his costume, so it wouldn't be in the case. Would it? Unless... The button wouldn't be in there when he's getting murdered. I've got properly no clue. What on earth? What could have been in this guitar case? Absolutely mind-boggling. I was trying to be like, ooh, the knife was transported from the case. It won't be any of the reports. It has to be something that was there that time, right? Obviously not the photo, not the wine glass. Anyone got any ideas? Because I am properly lost. I just do not know what would be in this guitar case. There are a great many things that could fit in it, right? Just things that could fit. We've got the press conference ticket, the transceiver. Even though I don't think it would be the transceiver. Since we have that. A kitchen gun! The camera which was stolen on the night of the murder. But then how did Old Bag get a hold of that, right? The magazine clipping wouldn't be the guide map, obviously, not the wine glass. I mean, we tried the knife. It won't be the photo either because that was on the camera. It can't be his own autopsy report. It won't be one of these reports, will it? No. That's just... Yeah, I doubt it's the button as well, because that was on his clothes. Yeah. This is, so basically, Adrian used to have a mentor called Celeste, who, yeah, basically, Juan supposedly hid her suicide notes, so unless it was inside the guitar, we could try that. Okay, that didn't work. Okay. That didn't work, Alright. At one point after this bit, okay, if I have enough health, I need to, like, get this bit right now. The badge. Yeah, I bet badge would be funny. I don't want to lose all my health on this, though. Does anyone have, like, a hint for this bit? Because, the option after the next. Okay, yeah, option after next we can do something funny. I just need to have enough health for it. Anyone have any hints for this? Because I don't know what could be in it. What part am I at? They're asking what was inside the guitar case at the time of the murder. Because I was saying, oh, it's not empty. And now they're like, oh, you gotta back it up, Phoenix. But I don't know what was inside it at the time of the murder. Things I have tried the knife, I've tried the report. But yeah, thank you very much. That's much appreciated, Daffy. Completely lost in the sauce, as always. There's always at least one moment per trial, I feel, where I need a bit of a guide. It's something I've seen related to her before. Okay. Something I've seen fairly recently. I mean, I don't have it as an evidence option, but there's that funny card. I don't have the funny card as an option. She's always holding that card that we saw with Maya's stuff. Apart from that, there's the article. I don't see why the article would be inside the guitar case. You think about my attorney's badge? Yeah, that's a surefire answer, the attorney's badge. My attorney's badge was, you know, at the scene of the crime, as always. You know, I'm always making sure my attorney's badge gets some of the action. I mean, we got the article. We got really like the other report, but why would that one be there? Okay, we'll try the gossip land. It can't be the camera, can it? Because then how did Old Bag get the camera? Because we know Old Bag ended up with it. Because things related to Adrian Andrews, we have the camera, we have the article, and the 2 reports, but I don't think it's the 2 reports because I chose the more relevant of the 2 reports, and that didn't work. So... wait, there's a decent hint. Okay. Related to Adrian, and we've seen it fairly recently. Well, things we've seen... we talked a little bit about this stuff recently. The camera and the magazine clipping. Very fairly recently. What was I talking about? We're talking about the reason she's even on testimony. Oh, I wish I wrote that down. Oh, that the person was short, right? We said that if it's the reason, then it's the camera, because the camera, we got the photo saying, oh, it can't be her. Right, we'll go with the camera then. Oh my goodness, it's not the camera. Why is it not the camera? But the camera was, that's why, because we like said, oh, I'm gonna lose all my health on this. It's so annoying. Oh man. Okay, well, it's not the camera. One piece of the logic went wrong. Oh dear. Oh dear. She's on trial because we said, oh, it can't be, that's not Matt because it's too short. And then we said, okay, well, who could it be? And we said, oh, someone short, someone that had access to the costume. Oh my goodness. Am I gonna lose all my health on figuring out what was inside the guitar case? We tried the knife. It was Pearl. No, Pearl was inside there? I suppose she is quite small. The answer is a bit bad because it's not literal. Oh dear. This is a literal answer, right? Like... something that has something that was in the case. Oh my goodness, something that has something that was in the case. Where's the crime photo again? There's nothing else in this picture besides someone in the costume. So I don't see something that is in the case from this picture. Oh my goodness, I'm getting absolutely cooked by this one option. This is not going very well. I don't want to lose too much more health on this. What could be in the case from the photo? I mean... the costume? She could go in as Adrian and then like change. Oh, is it that simple? This is a photograph. Yes, but what is important is what is in the picture, Your Honor. I was going with things that could have been in it. I wouldn't have got it. Oh my goodness. Look at this photograph. It's so annoying. That is not an answer, Phoenix. In this picture, it doesn't take a genius to see what I mean. What I am proposing is, inside the guitar case was the Nickel Samurai, the hero's very own costume. Okay, do I lose health if I do this? Because I'm trying to be cautious now about my health because it's a one-day trial. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Right, are you saying that the witness opened the guitar case to take out a costume? Costume in the guitar case. I'm writing that down. What insane point would there be to doing something like that? That insane point would be to wear the costume, of course. Miss Andrews put it on to hide her identity so she could make her escape. After all, you couldn't let anyone see you leave, could you, Miss Andrews? I refuse to accept your theory. Okay, the one after. Alright. Do you have anything to support such a preposterous idea? Just outside the door was an investigative photographer who was starving for a big scoop. And in the end, she managed to get this shot, correct? You mean this photo? Order, order! It looks like we've wandered into quite another mess again, haven't we? Nice job, Phoenix. Well, you know my strategy. Speak first, think later. So the real murderer was hiding inside a costume. Wait, no, okay. Is this one? Wait 1 second, Your Honor. The Nickel Samurai's costume would have been Mr. on guards. Why would something of the defendants be in the victim's room? And inside the guitar case of all places? True, that is a little baffling. Mr. Wright, the court would like to hear your thoughts. What was the Nickel Samurai costume doing inside the guitar case? Oh, I guess if I put spare costume, it would be funny. Oh, choose it stolen. Oh, okay. I think it may have been stolen from Mr. On Guard. Stolen? But why would someone do such a thing? Maybe the thief wanted to interfere with the post-ceremony stage show. And so, if he didn't have his costume, then Mr. On Guard would be forced to go naked. What am I reading? What am I reading? Maybe you should be stripped naked and run out for making a mockery of this court. Okay, worth. Even if I lose half, this is worth. Excuse me! Mr. Matt Ongar did not take his costume off after the award ceremony. He even testified that he took a nap while still wearing his costume. Is this not correct? Oh, yeah, he did say something like that, didn't he? Oh, that's what I thought. Okay, now we're gonna play absolutely good now. We're gonna play well. Okay. Mr. Onguard did not take his costume off during the break period. In that case, the costume we are talking about was a spare one. Alright, spare. What? Then, are you saying that on the night of the murder, there were 2 Nickel Samurai costumes at the Gatewater Hotel? It's getting written down. Yes, that is what I'm saying. And how do you explain the costume that was inside the guitar case? Wait, am I in part 2 yet? I am. I forgot. Okay, I need to actually make a heading. There. There we go. Got the notes organised. It would mean that the victim himself had brought this spare to the ceremony on purpose. But why? The victim, Mr. Corridor, was the Jamin ninja. Why would he secretly bring the Nickel Samurai's spare costume with him? What could be the reason behind such a peculiar act? And therein lies the sticking point. What are you mumbling to yourself about now? Have you just been rambling all this time without any sense of inner monologue? Huh? No, I just... Mr. Wright, please explain yourself. Why do you think the victim had the Nickel Samurai spare costume? Phoenix, are you sure you can explain this one? Think carefully before you answer. And then answer with gusto. I believe in you. Alright, I'm saving again because I'm worried that I will lose all my health again. Alright, this is what I think. The reason the victim brought the Nickel Samurai spare costume to the hotel was... Excuse me? My answer, anyone can cook. I believe anyone can cook as well. Alright, why would he bring the Nickel Samurai's spare costume to the hotel? You can't. Alright, disproven. Except you. Oh no. That's definitely what she... Oh my Gusto. Oh, Gusto! Yeah, I get it. Oh, okay, I was a bit behind. Okay, so I have a really off-the-rails bonkers theory, and I'm gonna run it by you before I try it. My off-the-rails bonkers theory is that it says the Nickel Samurai is meant to confess something after the post-ceremony stage show, but On Guard didn't know anything about that. So what if Juan was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and confess something whilst pretending to be On Guard, whilst, you know, by being in the the Nickel Samurai's costume? That's my theory. Totally unhinged, but it could be true. What are we thinking, gamers? We're thinking this is likely? I mean, I haven't got anything else. But, you know, it would explain why On Guard knew nothing about that bit after the post-ceremony stage show. Interesting. Okay, interesting is good. Interesting is good. Interesting is good. But yeah, like, I mean, it explains a lot. It does explain a lot. You know, I'm gonna go for it. What is this? On the night of the murder, after the stage show, the Nickel Samurai was going to hold a special press conference. I think I might actually have been right. Oh my goodness. Sometimes you've got to be a bit unhinged in this game. A press conference? Yes, the Nickel Samurai was supposed to confess something at this conference. I heard about this as well. For once you're not making something up, right? But what struck me as strange was that Mr. On Guard himself said he had no idea he was supposed to be holding a press conference. There we go. But how could that be? The way I see it, that can mean only one thing. The conference was set up by none other than the victim, Mr. Juan Corridor himself. The victim? Yes. The spare Nickel Samurai costume was prepared for that very conference. Mr. Corridor was going to hold the press conference as the Nickel Samurai. He was going to dress up as the Nickel Samurai and hold a conference? Why would the victim do such a thing? That's something I don't quite know yet. However, what I'm concerned with right now is what he intended to reveal at that conference. Clearly something to sabotage thingy. The Nickel Samurai was going to confess something. And by confess, I'd wager he was going to reveal something about himself. Which means that Juan Corridor, posing as the Nickel Samurai, was going to speak about Matt On Guard. Yes, I guess that is what it would be. But if that's the case, that's not a confession. That's public disclosure. Oh, Rayman is real! Oh my goodness, for real? Do we have an article link so I can show it on stream? Slay. The One Piece. The One Piece is real. If we have a Rayman Legends retold October 1st. Okay, let me find an article so I can get that up on the screen for everyone. Yeah. Okay, I found an article on The Gamer. Right, let's see. Here we go. After tons of leaks, Rayman Legends Retold has been officially revealed. Following a frankly ridiculous amount of leaks, Rayman Legends Retold, a reimagining of the 2013 masterpiece of additional content, has been officially revealed at tonight's State of Play. Some time ago, it was reported that Rayman would finally be returning after more than a decade of 2 new projects. One, a remaster, which turned out to be Rayman 30th Anniversary Edition, and the other, a remake, which was reported to be Rayman Legends. But there we go. Ooh, it's a 3D reimagining of Legends that completely changes the art style to a more realistic 3D interpretation. Interesting. Fully voiced cutscenes, new levels, and dragon riding sections. Oh, that is very interesting. I'll have to watch this trailer after I finish the stream. Oh, is there a Minecraft update as well? Very exciting. But there we go. Rayman is back! Oh my goodness. Big news, big news. Alright. Anyway, we're going to carry on with the case. Where's my thing? Miss Andrews, I can see why you're pros at what you do. Pardon me? Yes, just as you say, the press conference was set up by Juan. Oh, confirmed! Which is the one I used to make videos on, Rayman Legends, so it's the one I used to play a lot. Miss Andrews, please offer us an explanation for this. I was the one he asked to help set it up. And the person who prepared the second costume for him, that was also me. You? Juan had bet everything on the Jammin' Ninja this year, and if he lost the Grand Prix, he was going to make sure Matt was going down with him. That's what he thought anyway, so he was going to defame Matt. If this means the Rayman videos, I don't know. I don't know if I can, like, maybe? I'm not sure. I don't know if I have the time anymore. We shall see, we shall see. I'm glad it exists though, that's for sure. Half joking. Alright, so Juan wanted to make sure Matt was going down with him. So he's gonna try and defame Matt. He was going to ruin him, huh? It looked like somehow Juan had in his hands a secret so powerful that it would destroy Matt's acting career had it been revealed. Okay, he had a secret so powerful. We'll certainly stream it. We'll go check it out there, definitely. We get a shout out for Wave. Thank you very much. So powerful that it would destroy Ongar's career. What? And do you know what the secret of Mr. Oddgod's is, Miss Andrews? That's something only Juan knew. I don't know what it is. Oh, I see. I've probably been coming off quite suspicious to everyone, but that's to be expected. I've been trying to protect Matt, after all. Protect Mr. Ongard? And yet again, another strange bit of truth comes to light, it seems. Miss Andrews, if you could please tell us the truth about your behaviour. Yes, Your Honour, I understand. From the moment I saw the crime scene, I had a feeling that Matt was the murderer. Matt had to kill Juan no matter what, and he didn't have an alibi for what he was doing at the time of the murder. My thoughts were confirmed by the evidence, of course, the button and the knife. But I'm Matt's manager, so I felt that I had to protect him. She's just throwing you under the bus now. Ouch. This does account for everything. Well, I am the logical type. We're finally seeing her true self. She is more nervous than a scared rabbit. If the defence can find no fault with this testimony, I am ready to make a ruling. Please keep that in mind as you cross-examine Mr. Wright. Looks like somehow everything has swung to the opposite side of the scale again. Opposite end of the scale. That just means I had to put my weight into this and turn her logic upside down. Would you say that was your intuition speaking to you? Don't confuse my methods of reasoning with your own. Ugh. If you want to prove that someone did something, you need 3 things. 3 things? A motive, an opportunity to commit the crime, and finally, decisive evidence. And if you think these 3 things through, the answer becomes quite clear. You should have already known that, Felix. They didn't teach that to us in school, at least not from what I remember. May I continue now? So would you say that this need came from the press conference? Yes. Do you know why Juan chose that event and that hotel for the conference? Because that was when he could cause the most damage to the public's most beloved Matt on guard. And you knew of this plan, didn't you, Miss Andrews? Yes, because I was the one who set up the conference and prepared the costume. But I'm sure Mr. OnGuard himself didn't know anything about the press conference. Oh, really? Can you show me any proof that he didn't know about the press conference? Anyway, the important thing here is that this information was not in your testimony. Yes, I agree, Miss Andrews. Please correct your testimony, if you please. Grasping at straws now, are we, Mr. Wright? Has Mr. OnGuard done something to hurt or betray you personally? Why do you ask? You were the one who helped Mr. Corridor with his press conference, and that event was supposed to bring down Mr. OnGuard, yet you still helped out. Objection! The person on trial right now is Mr. OnGuard, right? What the witness was thinking, helping the victim with his plan, is none of our concern. In any case, this means that the defendant had a motive to kill. Why do I keep doing this to myself? But didn't you already testify earlier that Mr. OnGuard was taking a nap in his room? Are you telling me now that that too was a lie so you could cover for Mr. OnGuard? I'm not telling you anything of the sort. When I went to get him for the show, he honestly was sleeping. However, as to whether he was sleeping the entire time, that I cannot say. I was too busy setting up the stage at the time. I keep trying, but I can find no flaws in what Miss Andrews has said. I can't say the same for some people here in this courtroom, however. The judge is glaring straight at Mia. He's glaring at you, smart guy. You can hardly call the knife decisive evidence. The fingerprints on the knife could very well be a clever camouflage. Then what about the button? The button? It's clear from the crime scene that the victim and his murderer fought. And during the fight, the killer ripped the button from the Jamming Ninja's costume. You're talking about this button, correct? That button was found in the pleats of Matt's Hakama, isn't that correct? I would think that makes it very decisive evidence. Ugh. Looks like you were outfoxed again, Mr. Wright. Anyway, the knife doesn't prove a thing. Please fix your testimony. I can't stand the sight of a man who can't gracefully accept his defeat. Thank goodness Mia can still look at me. With an icy stare, yes. Miss Andrews, for Mr. Wright's sake, please add this information to your testimony. And how do you know that? When the ends of the threads on the button of the costume were matched up, they were found to fit together perfectly, or so I heard. I've heard that before too, but why did Miss Andrews know about this case down to such a fine detail? Don't look at me like that, just because I'm prepared and you are not. Ugh, and I thought I'd heard this time for sure. If there's anything to trip her up on, it has to be here. But where and what? But what you really did was stab the guy in the back, didn't you? And at the worst possible time. Objection! Who's to say she really stabbed the guy in the back, as you put it? This witness could have disclosed things about Mr. OnGuard at any time. Why, then, would she wait until there was a large audience before doing so? It's the same reason why Mr. Corridor planned such an elaborate conference. Mr. Andrews wanted to cause Mr. OnGuard as much damage as she possibly could. This witness bears ill will towards the defendant. This isn't the Phoenix Wright Wax Philosophical Power Hour. And please, stop slandering the witness. As I expected, Miss Andrews' testimony seems pretty solid. Really, because to me it sounded a little wishy-washy. Wishy-washy? Well, I guess we'll see if I press a little more. You should know this by now, but you'll need strong, decisive evidence to make her talk. I will slander her all I want, exactly. Got it, Chief. I'm gonna pin you down this time, Miss Andrews. Okay. The button was torn off during the fight. That's not right. Oh, it's not right at all. Used to buy. Oh, I was thinking that because it's got the blood on it, that it was after the stabbing. Oh dear. Right, that was wrong. That's not very good. I've not got any health left. Okay, I really thought that basically because he got stabbed after he was strangled, that the knife was not, that the button was not torn off. The samurai just reminded me, yes, that sounds nice. I did not know about this carbonated drink called Jamin. It sounds quite exciting. I hope it was good. Right, I'm in a spot of trouble. What I should do is save my game. Yeah, sorry, the Jamin Ninja, yeah. Can't say particularly remember. That's fair, that's fair. This is so confusing. I don't want to risk it now. I have no health left. You're going to Tesco tomorrow. Ooh, okay, okay. You got to report back, Wave, if you find it. Has anyone got any hints for this one? Because, like, I really thought I was going somewhere with the button. The fact that she's saying it was torn off in the fight, but he got stabbed after he got strangled. Like, if we look at the crime picture, why would the button have blood on it if it was torn off during the fight? Because the cause of death was the strangulation, not the stabbing, right? I really thought I was going somewhere with that, unless I presented the button in the wrong statement. Go report, you see the logic seems right. Maybe I was doing it too early and I have to do some other stuff first. Do I know what to present to get across? Well, no, because I presented the button in this line on the button and it wasn't right. So I don't know. Basically, because that was my one idea and I tried it and they were like, no, that's wrong. I want to present the facts. Oh, to present how he would. Oh, of course, not the button. Okay, the how he died. Oh, I presented the button. Alright, so I had the right idea. I just presented the wrong thing because I'm a pro. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, brilliant. This is the victim's autopsy report. Thanks, Wave. It clearly states that the cause of death was a strangulation by a scarf. Strangulation? The knife stab to the victim was done after the victim had already died. And what does that mean? Let's examine the evidence. This button has the victim's blood on it, which should mean that it was ripped off of the costume when? After the knife was stabbed into the victim. Exactly, which means it is impossible that this button was torn off during the victim's final struggle, because the victim was strangled to death in that fight. Ah. That's right, Miss Andrews. There is no way this button was ripped off during the struggle. This button was consciously pulled off of the victim's already dead body. Order, order! What is the meaning? What is the meaning of this right? So what if the button was torn off the body after the victim had already died? What does that change? Let me ask you one simple question, Mr. Edgeworth. Why was the button torn off? What purpose did that serve? To frame on God, right? What purpose? We now know this button was not torn off during the fight, so the murderer took the time and effort to purposely rip this from the victim's body. That would mean that the murderer had something in mind, wouldn't it? Mr. Wright, does this mean you know what the murderer wanted to do to this button? What was it? To pin the crime on God. There is only one logical reason for doing something like that. It was to pin the crime on Mr. OnGuard. There is no way anyone could put a bloodied button in their own pants. That's right, Mr. OnGuard was set up. By the real killer, of course. And the real murder is... Well, Mr. Wright, who in the world is the real killer then? Finally. I can't believe I managed to bring this trial all the way up to this point. Right, let me save. I'm scared. Phoenix, you can't let your guard down yet. Not until the very end. The real killer, the person who planned to frame Mr. OnGuard is... It's easy to say Adrian. There's not really anyone else. Miss Adrian Andrews, I choose you. You are Mr. Corridor's killer. What? I mean, it's like no one else, right? Order, 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 Mr. Wright. This is a very grave matter. Do you have any evidence to support your charge? Any evidence? All of the evidence points to Miss Andrews. Yeah, put Miss Adrian in the Pokeball. Yeah. Okay, Pokemon trainer, exactly. What? How preposterous. You can't stick any of that on me. I can't, can I? Would you care to test me? Then what about this knife? The knife was used to stab the victim after he had already been strangled to death. It was used to throw suspicion onto Mr. OnGuard, naturally. A knife covered in the defendant's fingerprints could only be taken from his room. And the only one who had dinner with him. Oh, his name is Adrian IRL. Hello, Barry. Hope that you are well, or Adrian IRL, I suppose. Don't worry, we're not saying that you killed someone, so it's all good. Knife in OnGuard's room. Tag team. Oh my goodness, you killed someone exactly. Yeah. She had access. Right. I'm gonna end stream soon because it's nearly 11, but we'll finish this bit. You're collectively the murderer. Exactly. I'm doing well, thank you, and failing hat. I hope you are too. The glasses chatter is so funny. What about the button that was found in Matt's Hakama? This button was removed from the victim's body after he had already died. One more cross-examination before a break, then we'll go for that. The only people who could have done so were the person who found his body or the killer. However, if Mr. OnGuard was the real killer, there is no way he would have put such incriminating evidence in his own Hakama. Ah! How many pairs of glasses has she got? The only person who could have put this button into Mr. OnGuard's Hakama is the person who went to wake him from his nap, which is you, yet again, Miss Andrews. I see. What about the empty guitar case? That is also another piece of evidence that incriminates Miss Andrews. 99 glasses exactly. That costume was used to hide the real killer's identity as they fled the crime scene. Now, who could have known that it was just such a costume inside the guitar case? It could only have been the person who prepared the costume for the victim. And that person is you, Miss Adrian Andrews. No, But Miss Andrews' fingerprints were nowhere to be found on the guitar case. And it was you who proved that she was not wearing gloves at the time. That's right. That's because she did not intend on leaving any prints. If anyone had found out that she had touched the case, they would have asked her why. So to avoid leaving any prints, she used a towel or something else to open it. But the glass of tomato juice is a different story. Miss Andrews purposefully left her fingerprints on the glass to show that yes, indeed, she was the classic dazed discoverer of a dead body. Ah! And to top it all off, there is this photo. A photo of the killer as they exited the scene of the crime. No reasonable person on earth could believe this nickel samurai is Mr. OnGuard. He would be much too short for his own costume if it was him. Speaking of how tall people are, Miss Andrews, you're also kind of short in stature, are you not? It's always the trouser legs, I know. Please, stop. Well, how about it, Miss Andrews? I've got her this time. Miss Andrews? I refuse to testify. What was that? There's a law. It says I can't be forced to testify about something if it can incriminate me. Well, yes, you are absolutely correct, Miss Andrews. The law does provide us with a way to avoid self-incrimination. By allowing a witness to not testify if the testimony can cause damage to themselves. What? Pleading the fifth is not something most people would think to do on the spot. Oh my goodness. Actually, thinking back to yesterday in Mr. Onguard's room, plead the fifth. Adrian Andrews. Fair play to her for planning this so well. I know, right? She's gone for it. Yes. Yeah, we'll probably end stream then if it's quite a while before the break. We'll just watch the screen. Watch this cutscene and like we'll pause because it's getting quite late. Hydrate, I will. I don't want it to go on for too long. We'll do some more tomorrow. Not tomorrow, next week. I have drunk some water. I'm running out of water, which is probably means it's time to end stream soon. Right. That's it. That's when Francisca planted this idea into her head. Oh my goodness. Francisca, not even in this case anymore. But like, managed to plan this out. Wow, what a planner. She must have told Miss Andrews to not testify if things look bad. You did a good job proving everything up to this point, Phoenix. But there is still one thing you haven't done. Something I haven't done? What's wrong, Wright? Are you finished already? Run out of evidence? What is so humorous, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm sure you realise this as well, Your Honour. But everything the good lawyer here has proven up to this point is meaningless. What? Everything you have proven is circumstantial. Circumstantial? Yes, circumstantial. Oh no. You have yet to provide a single piece of definitive proof. Oh dear. You've got to be kidding me. Proof that Miss Andrews did, in fact, harbour a wish to murder Mr. Corridor. No other context needed, oh dear. Miss Andrews, did you want to kill Mr. Corridor? I believe this may lead to me incriminating myself, so I will abstain from answering. But Miss Andrews, if you do that, it would be the same as admitting your guilt, don't you think? Maybe so, or maybe not. There is nothing to prove it either way. Besides, you don't even know what crime I would be guilty of due to my silence. No, she's taking that defiant attitude again. Mia, what should we do? Yeah. Somehow we've landed in the worst possible situation. I think we have reached a certain conclusion at this point in time. Miss Adrian Andrews has refused to testify, and the defence's theory that she is the actual murderer has not been fully substantiated with solid definitive proof. But that's not true. In this situation, there is only one thing this court can do, and that is to declare a recess. Oh, we got to recess. Lovely. Recess? I request that both the prosecution and the defense look further into this matter, and at tomorrow's trial... Oh no, not tomorrow's trial. Tomorrow? No, we don't have a tomorrow. If we don't get a not guilty verdict today, then... Please wait, Your Honour. That's not necessary. The trial. Please continue the trial. What are you sweating for? Your client is getting one more day to live, isn't he? That's not it. This isn't about that. Edgeworth, I know you know who the real killer is. Please, let the trial continue. If I don't get the verdict, then Maya... It is impossible to continue as long as the witness refuses to testify. Now that this court is... Edgeworth! Maya cooked for real, I know. It is not impossible for this trial to continue. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you... It's true Miss Andrews holds the right against self-incrimination, however, if the topic of conversation was something unrelated to whatever she may be guilty of, then she has no right to withhold testimony. We need a messy ex-Frozio, I know, like, we need him, we need Edward. I think we would have failed this trial by Edward 10 times. Yes, that is very true, but actually, there is one little thing that I'm curious about. Miss Andrews. When you found the victim's dead body, you poured yourself a glass of juice. Yes, and? I can't help but think about how unnatural that is. Usually when one finds a body they are shaken up, not stirring a glass of juice. So my actions were unusual, but I've already... Before you speak, I want to state that if you have a reason behind your actions, I would like you to testify to that effect. Rayman Origins Enhanced Edition or also real? Very exciting. Okay, I think... Testify? Your Honour, I would like to request that the victim's witness testify again as to what happened when she first discovered the victim's body. Whatever we find out of this testimony should in no way implicate the witness. I don't know what it is about Edgeworth today, but I can't get a good read of him. Is he friend or foe? I just don't know. The court acknowledges the prosecution's request. Miss Andrews, if you please. Alright, we'll find out what she has to say next time. Because we're not really getting to a proper break in the story. 4-player online is fake, but it's 4-player local. Very exciting. Dun dun dun! Right, we've saved the game a bunch of times. Suspense, I know, right? We'll have to find out what she says next week. Dude, I have to end the stream at some point. Yeah. It's okay. It'll just make it even more exciting next week, right? Yes, thank you so much for coming, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the trial so far. I mean, it's really, like, intense having to do it in one day. Most anticipated glass of juice ever. I think you're right. I think it's actually such a contender now. That is so exciting. But yes, thank you for coming as well, Lilu. Right, so this is the schedule. My next stream will be Mario Kart on Friday. Don't die. Yep. We have to hope that no one else dies in this case either. So my next stream will be on Friday, and then we'll do some more Ace Attorney, same time, same place next week. You notice my necklace, very shiny, thank you. They are like seashells. It's a seashell necklace, and the earrings actually match. It's a matching set. But yeah, it's actually like my... Yeah, on brand 10 out of 10, yeah. It's in one of my, like, it's in the channel artwork. You'll see it on the thanks for watching screen. It has the seashell necklace and earrings as well, so it's very, very on brand. Right, let's see if we can find someone to raid. Oh, Geo is live playing trucks. We'll go raid Geo then. Yes, we'll go raid Geo. Okay. Because she's playing trucks. Euro Truck Simulator, to be precise. So that is the raid setup. This is the raid message if you'd like to copy and paste that into Geo's chat to send her my best fishes. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, everyone, and see you guys soon.